Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's our Old Town Grill High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight we're back in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee, as the Panthers at 2-2 on the season play host to out-of-state opponent, the Pineville Mountain Lions, who roll in at 4-1. Both these teams are looking for a push into November. Both these teams are looking to try to get to the postseason, but tonight doesn't matter that. Tonight is all about bragging rights. Who walks out the winner? Stay tuned to find out. It's the Mountain Lions of Pineville, Kentucky. It's the Panthers of Cumberland Gap High School. It's our Old Town Grill High School Game of the Week, and it's next. So the teams have now worked their way onto the field. I believe we'll see, I want to say it's going to be Matt Golden for Pineville, but we're going to wait and see. It is going to be Matt Golden, the senior. He is the kicker. He is the running back. He leads the team in touchdowns scored. He is the leading rusher for this team. He is the jack of all trades for Pineville. He's got the ball on the tee. And we awaiting the clock to be reset here. And
how's this for a resume so far for Matt Golden, as you mentioned, the kicker and running back for the Mountain Lions? You mentioned he's the leader in touchdowns with 8 total, 803 yards on the ground so far this season. That's an average of 163 per contest.
There's the whistle. Golden into motion, and we are underway here at Cumberland Gap High School. Kick is taken from the 18 to the 25 to the 30. Coming back to the near sideline, got a lane. Stutter stepped out to the 40, to the near sideline. Tries again, now reversing field once again to the 45, and eventually going down at about the 46, 47-yard line is Cumberland Gap. And it was that Holden McDaniels, number 20 for Cumberland Gap High School. He ran about a mile, brings the ball out to the 48-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start with a K&K middle, first down and 10.
A very dazzling kickoff return for McDaniels, the junior wide receiver and defensive back. As you said, switching his field several times, making some Mountain Lions miss. And this is a pretty ideal starting position all the way almost out at near field.
Starting quarterback is Caden Brunsma, the junior. He'll start in a pistol formation. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Back behind him, Brunsma's going to hand off to the back to the 50, to the 45, spin move, and going down at about the 41-yard line of Pineville. As on the run will be, I believe it's Logan Miracle.
Logan and Dalton Miracle, the two ball carriers for Cumberland Gap, have been very efficient on the season so far, complementing each other very well. They're definitely both bruisers in the backfield for the Panthers, so a perfect way to start this evening with a first down rush.
It's a K&K middle, first down and 10. Ball now in Pineville territory at the 41-yard line. Two receivers right, one to the left. Again, pistol formation for Brunsma, the back to the right side. He's going to hand off to that back, kicking it out to the far sideline of the 40. And getting down to about the 35-yard line. I believe that was Tyler Raines that got to carry that time. Or no, was it 21 Dalton Miracle?
I believe it was Miracle.
It was Dalton Miracle that time.
Well, given an early win here for the Cumberland Gap offense to the offensive line for the Panthers. That's two runs where the O-line has created a nice lane for Miracle to run through. And, of course, a running back, you know, the ability to kind of see the gap through the offensive line and create some space is very vital to the run game. So the offensive line has really asserted themselves early on.
Second down upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. Second down and 4. Ball on the far hash mark, going from right to left. Resting at the Pineville 35-yard line. Two receivers to the left side, one to the right. Split backs behind, and now we got a stoppage. And I believe this is going to be on delay of game against Cumberland Gap, as it was the back judge that threw the flag. I'll wait and get the indication here. It's going to be delay of game against the Panthers, so back them up 5. Back to the 40-yard line.
Panthers were substituting a few players on offense there before the snap, again going with a dual back formation beside the quarterback. So an early miscue there.
Second down and 11 now for Cumberland Gap. Two receivers to the left side, one to the right. Again, Caden Brunsma, your quarterback, in the gun, back to either side. Brunsma running the option. Pitch out. Come to the near sideline of the 45 to the 40. Outruns his blocker. Now gets behind him to the 35 to the 30 and eventually being taken down to the 29-yard line. And on that run is number 18, Miles Cole.
Terrific play call from Coach Klein in the double running back formation there beside Brunsma as he runs the option to the left side, pitches it out to Miles Cole, and he's got Dalton Miracle blocking right in front of him, opened up a lane for a few extra yards. So far the ground game is really working to perfection for CG.
Ball now at the Pineville 29-yard line on the near hash mark. It's another K&K Metal first down and 10. Out of the huddle, one receiver to the left side. Let's go one to the right. Wing to the right. Shotgun formation again for Brunsma. Brunsma's just going to turn and hand off to the 30. And rolling his way forward to the 26-yard line is Cumberland Gap. And so far, Cumberland Gap's run a lot of different backs, it looks like. And I believe this one is going to be Dalton Miracle, number 21.
Miracle was met up the middle by Pineville's Matt Golden. We mentioned the number 1 ball carrier for Pineville. He's also the kicker. He's also lined up at this linebacker position for the Mountain Lions defense.
Ball at the 26, second down. Let's call it 7 yards to go. Still early here inside of the first quarter as we approach the 9-minute mark. Opening drive for Cumberland Gap. One receiver to the left side. Let's call it 2 to the right. Brunsma in the gun has it back to his right side. Brunsma, play action. Stops, pops, throws wide open down the middle. It's complete to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cumberland Gap.
Give credit for the TD to Holden McDaniels, the Panther that got the drive kick-started with the wonderful kickoff return, and that was play calling 101 for Coach Klein. You make the defense, you make some of those defensive backs creep up a little bit and expect the run, and all of a sudden you catch him with a play-action pass, and there was nothing but green grass in front of McDaniels, and he waltzes into the end zone for 6.
On for the extra point is not Ramsey, who we had down as the kicker. This time the attempt is up, and the attempt is no good. Time out of the field with 8:53 left to go. First quarter, our new score. It is Cumberland Gap 6. It is Pineville 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
We have 8:53 left to go here inside of the first quarter. Cumberland Gap takes the opening drive down the field. 5 plays, 52 yards, 3:07 off the clock. And it was a 26-yard pass completion from Brunsma to McDaniels that puts the Panthers on the board 6-0.
5 plays. They were all 5 positive plays for Cumberland Gap. I think the play that went for the least amount of yardage was, what, about 5 yards? 3 yards. So, I mean, still a terrific drive for Cumberland Gap that ended in a picture-perfect pass from Brunsma to McDaniel.
And now the Panthers will be kicking off to Pineville. End over end kick that'll be taken at the 8-yard line. To the 15, to the 20, come to the near sideline, now to the middle. And eventually being taken down about the 23, 24-yard line is the Mountain Lions. And that's where they'll start with a K&K Metal first down.
Well as Cumberland Gap performed on the offensive side of special teams, perhaps an even better job on defense there, defending Pineville and making sure that the Mountain Lion was swarmed by a host of Panthers. So a good job from Cumberland Gap. We mentioned Coach Klein has talked about how well the defense has been all season long. Again, holding a pretty efficient Oneida team to just 26 points a week ago. We'll see if that defense keeps on keeping on.
On a K&K Metal first down. One receiver, two receiver to the left side. 1 to the right, man in motion. Quarterback drops, looks, those off into the flat, takes a hit to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and eventually being taken down at the 38, 39-yard line. Guess who caught that pass? It was Matt Golden.
And Golden was aided as soon as he was delivered the football. Again, you mentioned Pineville's QB took a massive hit from Cumberland Gap, but it was a nice block on the edge from Hayden Calebs, who is a freshman for Pineville, that allowed Golden a little bit more real estate. So another a nice start to the game offensively for Pineville. Good play call.
Starting quarterback for the Mountain Lions is the senior number 3, Garland Ellis. And he'll start this K&K Metal first down in the gun with 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Has a back to his right side. He's going to take a keeper up the middle, and he will pick up about a half a yard on the run.
Pineville again mixing up their play calling with the short pass dump on first down and then electing to rush the ball on second down right up the middle with the quarterback keeper. So again, we'll see how many more Mountain Lions are involved in this offensive system for Coach Elam and Pineville.
Second down and 9. Ball resting right at the Pineville 40-yard line. 1 receiver to the right side, 2 to the left. Split backs around the quarterback in the gun. It's going to be a handoff to Golden. Golden going off the far sideline of the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, and being taken down about the Cumberland Gap 40-yard line is Golden. Another K&K Metal first down.
Something that we hadn't mentioned that previous play, it looked like it was Ellis who had gotten the quarterback keeper. That was actually a direct snap to Caleb's the play before. And now here lining up with the dual backs beside of Ellis as he comes back in at QB. Give the ball to the speedster, Matt Golden, off on the far sideline, and a big chunk of yardage for the senior.
22 yards to be exact for Golden. Ball now at the Cumberland Gap 38-yard line. It's another K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball on the far hash mark. 1 receiver to the left side. They're going to split 2 to the right. Golden now splits off to the left. Ace backfield this time for the Mountain Lions. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Cumberland Gap is ready for this as the ball is taken forward almost back to the line of scrimmage.
The Panthers' defensive backs lined up very closely, not giving a lot of the Pineville receivers a whole lot of real estate there. Expecting the run there on first down as Pineville has opted to stay on the ground for every play on this drive except for the opening one. And the best play defending the run thus far on this opening drive for the Gap.
1-yard run by Caleb sets up second down and 9. 1 receiver left side. Again, they're going to split 3 out to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Quarterback in the gun has a back to his left side. Dropping back, looking to pass, throwing off, one-on-one coverage down the far sideline, It's going to fall incomplete.
We see Ellis throw a jump ball as it was either going to be a completed pass for Pineville or an incompletion. Good job of Ellis to put the ball in that area. Looks like for Cumberland Gap in the coverage there, just one-on-one up on the far sideline. Good job by the Panthers' DBs.
6:25 left to go, first quarter. Panthers lead 6-0. And it's our first third down of the evening. Third down and 9. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for the Mountain Lions. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Cumberland Gap's there. The ball is on the ground. Cumberland Gap had it stopped. Let's see if they'll get the turnover. And I believe they do. And they do. So Cumberland Gap gets the fumble off the, gets the turnover off the fumble, and now they'll set up with a K&K Metal first down.
Wow, what a turn of events there for the Cumberland Gap defense, as Pineville had really had their way on the ground up until the last couple of plays with just the 1-yard rush and then the incomplete pass after that, as the ball was stripped from Golden's hands immediately upon that first contact, and now the Panthers take over. So a good start to get the sticks in your offensive drive and then to force a turnover on defense. Great first quarter thus far, about halfway in for Cumberland Gap.
Panthers will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10 at their 37-yard line, already leading 6-0. 1 receiver to the right side, 2 to the left, split to the left, pistol with a back behind Brunsma. He's going to hand off to that halfback, pushing the line forward past the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
Again, starting off this drive the same way that they began their last for Cumberland Gap. I believe it was Dalton Miracle again on the carry for the Panthers right up the middle. You can say that he was tackled. He did push the defender back a few yards before he was brought down. He sure is a bruiser for Cumberland Gap. And, you know, the best thing about this Panthers' drive here in the first quarter, predominantly using the rush game, that does nothing but chew off that clock here in the first half.
Ball's at the 41-yard line. Let's call it second down and 6 upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. Ball on the far hash mark. They're going from right to left on your radio dial. They'll split 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Got a wing to the left. Brunsma in the pistol with a back behind him. Looking at 5 down linemen. Brunsma Hands off up the middle, out to the 45-yard line. Go the Panthers, and it'll bring up third down.
We have seen Pineville adjust their defense a little bit to try and combat this ground game as Cumberland Gap, I should say, went all the way to the end zone with ease on the last drive. We've seen the Mountain Lions line up with 3 down linemen, and again, it was there with 5. They did contain them just a little bit. They'll have to do it one more time here on 3rd and 3.
This will be the first third down of the evening for Cumberland Gap. Third down, let's call it 2. Ball resting at the Cumberland Gap 45. They got to get to the 47-yard line. One receiver to the right side, one to the left. Brunsma has 2 backs to the backfield with him as he stands now in a shotgun. And it's going to be false start against Cumberland Gap, which is going to change the play call drastically because it'll go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
Absolutely. That 5 yards makes all the difference, especially here on 3rd down when you have to get to the certain marker. Again, not really in the ideal field position to try and go for it on 4th down unless it's just a few inches away and you know you can make it. So, as you said, Adam, this 3rd down and 7 now is going to alter the play calling from Coach Klein.
Ball still over on the far hash mark, resting at the Cumberland Gap 20-yard line. Brunsma getting the play in from the sideline. Going to have to watch it here. They've already got 1 delay of game here this evening, here in this first quarter. Brunsma will go back into the huddle. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Play clock's at 4. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Brunsma gets the snap, pitches it out on the option to the 40, to the near sideline of the 45, and flying his way forward like Superman to the first down marker is Cumberland Gap. As on the run was Miles Cole, and he got enough for the first down.
Reese Capps, the sophomore defender for Pineville, was able to get just enough of Miles Cole to bring him down, but not before Cumberland Gap pushed the sticks. Again, the same play call as a lengthy gain on the previous drive. The quarterback option who puts it in the hands of Cole, and he's got big Dalton Miracle there to give him some room to run.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball resting at midfield. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Brunsma. He's going to hand off, going to the far sideline. Is Cole trying to get around the corner, does so, gets to the 45, and it gets run out of bounds over on the far sideline. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Richard Beverly for Pineville, another sophomore Mountain Lion, was trying to chase down Cumberland Gap on the far sideline, but nice speed on the Panthers' ground game. That's one thing that Cumberland Gap has mixed with this squad very well, balancing the power and the speed. And, of course, when you go on the edge, you definitely prefer that speed, and that's led to the 2nd short.
Ball's at the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. They marked him out quicker, or a little closer back to the actual first down line of scrimmage than what we initially thought. But it will be 2nd down and 6. Ball now on the far hash mark in Pineville territory. 2 receivers to the left side. Let's call it 1 to the right. Wing now to the right. Brunsma in the pistol has a back to his right side, and now we'll have a flag again from the back. Did they get another delay of game here? They did. That is another delay of game against Cumberland Gap, their 2nd of the first quarter. Put it back to the 49-yard line of Cumberland Gap.
Again, very easy for those delay of game calls to happen here at the high school level. Again, changing those formations upon almost every play.
2nd down and 11. 2 receivers now to the left side, 1 to the right. Brunsma in the gun, back to his right side. He's going to hand off, going up the middle to the 50. And falling forward about the 46, 47-yard line is Cumberland Gap.
Interesting development here, as we mentioned, with Cumberland Gap converting the 3rd down on the previous set of downs. Now here with a 3rd down in what will be their longest yardage to date so far of the game. So we'll see if Brunsma tries to put the ball in the air, maybe to a Caleb Edwards or a Brady Pierman, maybe even a Nathan Fusen to try and get the Panthers a 1st down.
3rd down and 6. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Brunsma in the gun, has a back to both sides. Maybe go option here again. Brunsma, this time just actually going to drop, passes off to the flat. It's complete for the 1st down marker. I believe he got it off to Caleb Edwards over on the far sideline, number 1. And we're going to see where they'll mark it. He actually got tackled right into the 1st down marker, and they are going to say it's going to be another K&K Metal 1st down.
Wow. Very nice spot from the official. Good recognition to spot Edwards down just enough to break the sticks. It was a very nice play call again from Coach Klein. Again, just a quick drop for Brunsma to deliver it right to the hands of Edwards. Knew who he was going to throw to before the play even started, and the result is another 1st down.
It's a K&K Metal 1st down. Ball at the Pineville 40-yard line. 1 receiver left side, 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Brunsma. He has a wing to the right. Brunsma Going to hand off, going up the middle, stutter step into the 40. Still on his feet and finally being taken down to about the 36, 37-yard line. And we'll see. It's going to be Miracle once again with the carry.
Yeah, Miracle again up the middle. Nice patience there to get a few extra yards. Again, letting his offensive lineman do the work before he was brought down. Again, we look to see if Cumberland Gap maybe pulls out another deep pass as they did on the previous drive. There was a lot of consecutive runs that led to the deep ball that ended up in a TD on the previous drive.
2nd down and 7. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Brunsma. He's going to drop, looking, throws off down into double coverage, and it's going to be complete to the 10, and falling forward to the 9-yard line is Cumberland Gap. What a pass.
Yeah.
I think it was McNary to say the same thing.
Exactly. What a delivery from Caden Brunsma. He put it right in between Pineville's Devin Morris and Lee Cox. Those were the 2 defensive backs that were defending Cumberland Gap, the receiver down here on the sideline, but put the ball right on the money for Caden Brunsma. That's 2 consecutive passes that have gone for about 20 yards or more here just in 2 drives. So a great matchup thus far for Brunsma to be able to deliver that one in there nicely.
That was a 29-yard strike to Holden McDaniels, and now it is going to be a K&K Metal 1st down and goal to go. And we have a flag on the play, and I did not actually see the indication, but I believe it's going to go against Pineville. I believe it was an illegal substitution.
I think you're right.
That will put the ball at the 4-yard line after half the distance to the goal. First penalty against the Mountain Lions here this evening. It's going to be a K&K Metal 1st down, goal to goal, this time at the 4-yard line. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Brunsma will go under the center. Sends 2 men in motion, which is going to be a flag as the run goes forward to the 1-yard line, but both wings went in motion and almost crisscrossed each other, and that's going to cost Cumberland Gap 5 yards.
Yeah, as you mentioned, only one player can be in motion at a particular time. So with the 2 Cumberland Gap Panthers, as you mentioned, kind of forming an X there to cross a little bit there in the backfield. We'll back Cumberland Gap up just a hair.
Back to the 9 for an illegal shift, and it'll be a K&K Metal 1st down and goal to go again, now at the 9-yard line. They'll send 1 receiver to the left side, still got 1 to the right. Again, a wing to either side. And now we have another stoppage. And they had to stop the play because the down marker said 2 instead of 1. So now they'll reset. Brunsma goes under the center. Man in motion now from the right to the left. Handoff up the middle. Bouncing forward into the, did he get into the end zone? No indication yet. They're going to say down at the 1-yard line.
Nonetheless, even though he didn't get to pay dirt on this first try, still had 3 more tries to do so. Great job. I believe it was Miracle who lined up as the fullback there for Cumberland Gap. He had been beside the quarterback on most of his carries thus far this evening, but here it's the quick handoff up the middle, catches the defense a little bit off guard.
Man in motion again from the right to the left. Handoff up the middle once again. This time, there's no doubt. He's in there. Touchdown, Cumberland Gap. Miracle this time punches it in.
Well, it seems that at least through about 1 quarter here, that Cumberland Gap's strength of schedule in the past 2 weeks is definitely helping them out as they've played a near perfect first quarter here with the 2 touchdowns and the turnover on the defensive side. Again, Miracle has been splendid so far through 2 drives on the ground.
Leading 12-0 to see if they'll go for 2. They're actually going to go for the extra point again. Pineville jump, snap down. The attempt is up, and the attempt was halted.
Wasn't up just yet.
He got close.
You're right.
Nevertheless, they're going to re-kick this one, or at least reattempt it. Well, actually, now to be at the 1-yard line, they may go for this. They're going to go for 2. The ball will be put at the 1-yard line. Coach Klein thinking, you know what, we can get a yard. We just did so.
Absolutely, yeah. You just really, you moved down from the 9 all the way to the end zone in just 2 plays. What was essentially the same play as on the first attempt. He fell just a few inches short. So
just a fullback dive. And so now they'll attempt the 2. Receiver to the left side, 1 to the right again. Quarterback Brunsma goes under the center, wing to either side, and back behind him. Man in motion now from the right to the left. Handoff on the misdirection over to the far sideline. Ball's on the ground, and the two-point conversion will be no good. Timeout of the field, however, with 1 minute left to go inside of the first quarter. Our new score, it is Cumberland Gap 12. It is Pineville nothing.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
So Cumberland Gap will be ready to kick this one off once again. Pineville on their first opening drive got it into Cumberland Gap territory to the 37-yard line, but fumbled the ball on third down, which led to the second possession for Cumberland Gap. Man in motion, and now we'll be back underway as the kickoff will be taken at the 17-yard line. To the 20, to the middle of the field, to the 25, to the 30, to the near sideline, 35 to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. One person left to beat to the 40, stutter step. Kicker's got to try to bring him down to the 30. Stutter steps him enough, and it finally is taken out of bounds. That's going to be a flag for a late hit. As on the return was Matt Golden, number 9. He gets up a little slow after the late hit, but he made some moves, got it deep into Cumberland Gap territory, and the 15 yards is going to put him in the red zone.
Well, talk about polar opposites in terms of kickoff returns there for Pineville. The first one was swarmed immediately before it could even get going, and here it was completely different as Golden was able to make something out of nothing initially, and as you said, that late hit is so key, especially here on this special team situation. With now Pineville, you talk about good field position, this is about as good as it can get here without a touchdown on the kickoff return. So already starting the drive here well into the red zone. So how about that for a response for Pineville after falling down 12-zip?
They will start after the kickoff return and the penalty at the Cumberland Gap 14-yard line. Two receivers to the right side. They got one to the left. Split backs behind the quarterback who's in the gun. Quarterback again is Ellis, number 3. Ellis hands off. Back up the middle, taking a hit, trying to drive his way forward past the 10, taking another hit down to the 7-yard line. I believe that's Golden once again on the carry.
It's very hard as a defense, especially with just 14 yards to go until the end zone. It's very hard to tell which Pineville Mountain line will get the carry there in the backfield with Golden and Catalubs lined up right next to each other. And again, Golden's a very tough runner, as we've seen the past 2 plays. I mean, he's not that big in stature, but he can really take a hit. He's a very tough runner.
Ball's at the 8-yard line. Second down upcoming now for Pineville. They can get a first down at the 4-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. It's going to be a direct snap, bobbled a little bit, but a direct snap nevertheless. Caleb's gets it past the 5, and he'll be taken down at about let's call it the 3-yard line.
Again, we saw Pineville elect for that direct snap to Caleb's. He's just a freshman, mind you, for Pineville, and he's got a nice frame, a wide frame for Pineville, if you will. And again, now on second down, not being able to reach the chains yet, but he puts Pineville in good position to do so.
The clock will run, and that will complete the first quarter of action. We've played one here from Cumberland Gap High School. Our score, it is Cumberland Gap 12. That is Pineville nothing.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back out to Cumberland Gap High School, where our score after 1 quarter of play is Cumberland Gap 12, Pineville 0, but the Mountain Lions will start the second quarter with a K&K Meadow first down and goal to go. Ball resting at the Cumberland Gap 3-yard line. Second offensive possession here of the evening for Pineville. They fumbled the first one. Cumberland Gap has scored on their first 2. On first down, they'll send 2 receivers to the left side. They're going to send 2 to the right. Quarterback Ellis will go under the center. Ace backfield. Ellis turns, hands off Golden, trying to drive his way forward, will not get there as Cumberland Gap will stand him up. And it'll bring up second down.
Cumberland Gap's Darren Robinson, a senior offensive lineman / linebacker, was able to make first contact with Pineville. Although he wasn't brought down initially, it was just enough to stop him from getting to the end zone.
Second down and goal. Now the ball rests at the 2-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side. Make it now 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation back to the right side. It's going to be a handoff Golden. And again, Cumberland Gap has got this red, this time in the backfield. They'll mark Golden back to the 6.
Robertson was again for the second straight play able to get into the backfield very early for Cumberland Gap, along with a host of other Panthers. Again, Cumberland Gap, the strength of their Panthers' defense comes right there in the trenches on the defensive line and those linebackers. Again, we saw them earlier on in the season play Hancock County, and they didn't allow the Indians to cross the 50 all night long. So definitely used to this success on the ground game defensively for the Gap.
Ball's at the 5, third down and goal. 2 receivers to the left side. 1 to the right. Wing in motion from the right to the left. Pitch out to the left side. Golden coming this way. Cumberland Gap's got him trapped, and they will tackle him down at about the 5-yard line.
Give a lot of credit to Cumberland Gap's Miles Cole, a senior defensive back who fought right through the wide receiver attempting to block him for Pineville and was able to thwart that rushing play again there in the backfield. So 3 straight tremendous jobs from Cumberland Gap's defense. I just got done bragging on the Panthers defensive line and linebackers. There was a defensive back stepping up and making the play on the rush.
Fourth down, Pineville will go for it. They're at the Cumberland Gap 5-yard line. This will be huge for momentum for both teams no matter what the outcome is here. Ball's on the near hash mark. Fourth down, goal to go. Pineville will split 2 receivers to the left side. They've got 2 to the right. Quarterback is in the gun, has Golden to his right side. This is going to be a pass. Rolling, throwing, off, is intercepted to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Flag on the play to the 30, to the 35. Big hit to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15. Showboat to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Multiple flags all over the field. You've got some for illegal blocks. You've got some for showboating. This one's not going to stand.
No, you're right about that. Jacob Beatty was the Cumberland Gap Panther to make the interception and bring it all the way to the house, 99 yards plus to the end zone. But as you said, there's yellow flags all over the place.
There is more hankies on the field than I've got dirty laundry at the house. There's 1 at the 5, 1 at the 11. There's 2 back here where the showboating started about the 15-yard line. If there's one thing I can tell the young men, you don't show the ball and look backwards. I get it, you want to pick 6 and it's a highlight reel, but you can't showboat.
And DeLynn Klein will definitely preach that message over there to Mr. Beatty again. But like you said, with the block in the back starting that interception return, it was a good defensive play nonetheless to set up that pick for Cumberland Gap again, just with the extracurriculars afterwards. But how about the Panthers defense, though? You give up the huge kickoff return. Pineville starts the drive at the 14-yard line. They get all the way down inside the 5, and on 4 attempts, they couldn't find the end zone once.
Cumberland Gap will have possession. We just got to wait and see what the calls here are. The officials, we've actually got another flag over here. I just now saw it back at the 35-yard line. So you count them. We had 5 flags on the field on the interception return.
I certainly
so
don't.
Here we go. Block in the back against Cumberland Gap. Unsportsmanlike against Cumberland Gap. And I guess that was another block in the back here at the 35-yard line. We had 5 flags. So it happened after the interception. I believe Cumberland Gap will keep possession here.
Yes. You certainly don't envy the officials here at this moment having to deal with all of this.
Wait and see where they'll put the ball. They'll mark the ball back to the 2-yard line. So Cumberland Gap will have possession starting from their 2-yard line going to the north end zone, and they've got the entire field in front of them with 9:23 left to go, and there is a timeout on the field. Let's take this break as well. 9:23 left to go, first half. Our score is Cumberland Gap 12, Pineville 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
9:23 left to go here inside of the first half. Cumberland Gap spending their first timeout after a crazy situation. You got to, again, you mentioned it, Coach Snyder's defense. Pineville had the ball as deep as the 2-yard line on that second down play. They turn them away, get the interception, multiple flags on the play, but Cumberland Gap's defense stops Pineville from getting in the end zone.
Absolutely, and you've got to talk about, they've been up against these terrific teams before, namely in the last 2 weeks against Oneida and Meigs County. Certainly played a part there in that goal line stand for Cumberland Gap. So now as you start this drive at the 2, you've got to first and foremost distance yourselves a little bit from your own end zone.
One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Man in motion now from the right to the left, handoff up the middle. Again, Cumberland Gap just trying to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Bring the ball forward for 2 yards.
Again, expect Cumberland Gap to stay on the ground game for the first several plays of this drive, especially considering how well that rushing attack has been tonight for the Panthers.
Let's mark the ball down about the... I don't even see the ball, actually, from where we're vantage point. And that's even including looking at the TV monitor.
Looks like
I was thinking at the 4-yard line.
I was thinking maybe the 4, maybe the, I think it's about the 4 or 5.
So that'll be second down. Let's call it 8. One receiver to either side. Handoff once again up the middle. Actually comes over to the near side. And once again, Cumberland Gap will be stopped. Pineville's pinning the ears back on defense. The ball will come out to the 6. They'll bring up third down.
Yeah, Pineville's doing an impression of Cumberland Gap as the last goal line stand. As we mentioned, the Mountain Lions now not fooled by the fake handoff up the middle and the reverse on the near sideline. Cumberland Gap uses a lot of those outside runs to their success, but to no avail on that occasion.
It's going to be third down. Let's call it third down and 6 for Cumberland Gap. Ball resting at their 6. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Now, man in motion makes it 2 receiver to the left side. Shotgun formation for Brunsma. Dropping, looks off into the flat. It's complete. Out to the 10-yard line. Stutter step to the 15. To the near sideline to the 20. To the 25. To the 30. 35. And being finally taken out of bounds near the 40-yard line on the pass completion. Yep, that's number 1, Caleb Edwards.
2 consecutive drives when that same play call works to perfection for Coach Klein and Caden Brunsma. Just a quick 2-step drop and a curl pattern inside to Caleb Edwards on the far sideline. Makes the defender miss as soon as he caught the football. And then the speed, tiptoeing on the sideline. It looked like he was just a few steps away from breaking that one all the way to the end zone.
34 yards on the pass completion. Sets up another K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball the near hash mark at the Cumberland Gap 40-yard line. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation, 2 backs with Brunsma. We have a flag on the play. I'm trying to see where it came from. I believe it may be over here on the near sideline. It's going to be false start against Cumberland Gap. So I guess there's one thing you want to talk about for Cumberland Gap in the locker room to kind of work on in the second half. It is penalties.
A little bit. I think that the Panthers, again, a little prone to these mistakes, most of them coming before the snap, whether it be a delay of game or a false start. Again, easy to do, especially when the tempo is moving as fast as it is coming off that big pass completion.
Ball now at the 35-yard line. It's first down and 15. 2 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. pistol formation for Brunsma. He's going to hand off, going up the middle to the 40 and down to about the 41-yard line as the helmet comes off into the backfield. And Cumberland Gap will be faced with 2nd down and 9 upcoming.
Brunsma's had a very nice first half at the quarterback position here for Cumberland Gap. You know, you talk about you could get a little bit complacent, you know, handing the ball off as many times as Cumberland Gap has done tonight, but every time that Brunsma has been called on to make these pass completions, he's definitely made the most of it, and that's helped Cumberland Gap get all the way out here past the 40.
2nd down, let's call it 8.5, close to 9 yards left to go. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Brunsma offset pistol, here comes the pressure. Handoff up the middle, past the blitz to the 45 to the near sideline, now to the 50. Out, breaking tackles to the 45, getting blocks and getting inside Pineville territory, down to the 42-yard line. On the run was Miles Cole.
It looked like it was Nick Holbrook, a senior defensive lineman for Pineville, that really started off, looked like he was shot out of a cannon from that blitz from Pineville. The Mountain Lions rushed 2 defenders early, although he got in the backfield, he couldn't complete the play. He let Miles Cole get loose, and then all of a sudden, it turns into another big gain on the ground for CG.
When you run too far up the hole as a defensive player, you leave the hole wide open. That's what happened there. 17 yards on the run. Sets up a K&K Metal 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. 1 receiver, make it now 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Ball at the 42-yard line going left to right. Brunsma is going to drop, pump. It's going to be a pump and go. He's going to throw down the sideline in the man-to-man coverage. It is incomplete. Tried to get it to Caleb Edwards, who got defended just at the last second off of his fingertips. Incomplete.
Once again, throwing into double coverage, but putting the ball in the right spot for his receiver to make a play. Could see that Braden Linger of Pineville was in there on the coverage, trying to get past Caleb Edwards again. Another good play call, faking that same curl route, as you will, to Edwards that they've completed a couple times, and then sending him down the field. Hit him right there, looked like in the shoulder, but couldn't complete it. The best thing, though, it happens on 1st down, so it gives you plenty more chances to try and get to the sticks.
Brunsma's first incompletion of this contest. 2nd and 10. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun, and it's going to be a false start against Cumberland Gap as movement on the far side of the line. And again, 5 yards back puts Cumberland Gap behind the chains.
Yeah, it looks like Cumberland Gap hasn't been immune to these false starts here in this first half here throughout the first 2 quarters. Again, we saw Pineville switch around some personnel on defense, and I think that Cumberland Gap was fooled into thinking that they had started the play early, and that's what caused them to jump.
2nd down, 15 yards to go. Ball still in Pineville territory at the 47-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Brunsma. It's the option play. Going to roll off to his left side, looking for the blockers. He's going to run with it this time to the 45, to the 40, and takes a hit over on the far sideline to about the 39-yard line. And now we got a stoppage. And we may have a flag over on the far side. See what the call is going to be here. If it was to stand, it would be an 8-yard run. Get the indication here from the official. It's a personal foul against Pineville.
You'll definitely take that if you are Cumberland Gap. It was a good decision from Brunsma. What does you do when you run that option play to try and keep the Pineville defense honest? Instead of pitching it out to the running back, you keep it yourself and look for the blockers on the QB run. Another part of Brunsma's game that I think that most opposing teams underestimate, that's his ability to make plays with his legs.
Ball now at the 23-yard line for the K&K Metal 1st down and 10. Now we have a flag on the play. An illegal substitution, I believe, is what we're going to get against Cumberland Gap. And it's going to be an illegal substitution against the Panthers. Had 12 men in the huddle.
Again, another miscue for Cumberland Gap before the snap occurring. Now you go forward a little bit and then just push back just a little bit more.
Ball now to the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 15 upcoming now for the Panthers. Still leading this one 12-0 with just under 6 minutes left to go first half. On the K&K Metal 1st down. 1 receiver to the left side. 3 to the right. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. Has a back there with him. Brunsma pumps, throws off into the open there. It's complete. Spinning, running, fumble, and Pineville will fall on it about the 15-yard line. The receiver trying to make too much out of it, trying to see the end zone. And Pineville catches a break and gets the turnover.
Wow, what another turn of events there for Cumberland Gap. Again, a nicely executed play with the play action. Another good call to send Cumberland Gap. I think it was McDaniels who caught the reception, was able to spin and pass the defender, but got bumped just enough to send that ball flying out of there. And now, as Pineville fumbled in the first quarter, the Panthers do so here in the second.
5:34 left to go here inside of the first half. Pineville will have it. A K&K Metal first down and 10 at their 15-yard line. One receiver to the left side, two to the right. Shotgun formation, one back to either side. It's going to be a handoff. Golden goes backwards, now comes forwards. Now it's just going really east to west, trying to find a spot. Gets past the 15 to the 20 and eventually taken out of bounds at about the 21, 22-yard line.
Well, there's certainly a reason that Matt Golden has an average of over 160 yards a game here on the season, as his ability to break tackles is really impressive for Pineville. Again, as he turned what should have been a very minimal gain into a very positive one.
Ball out near the 22-yard line. It'll be second down. Let's call it a short 4 yards to go. On second down, three receivers to the left side, one to the right. Quarterback in the gun, has it back to his left side. Again, the quarterback is Garland Ellis. He's going to, actually this is probably not Ellis, it's a direct snap. And being wrapped up and thrown at about the 24-yard line is on the direct snap was actually Hayden Calebs.
And Calebs was met by Darren Robertson and Jacob Beatty for Cumberland Gap. The junior and senior combination on that line for the Panthers. We've talked about how consistent Cumberland Gap is there in that area to be able to defend the run so consistently. There was another instance of it there.
Third down upcoming now for Pineville. Third down and 2. They were 0 for 2 on third downs here in this first half.
And this is an important one. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second half. They will get the ball to start the second half, but they got to make something here out of this drive.
Break the huddle with one receiver to the left side, two to the right. Quarterback will go under the center. Ace backfield behind him. He goes up over the center, and he will bring the ball forward to about the 27-yard line, as that was Ellis on the run. And that'll be good enough for a K&K Metal first down and 10 to the 26.
Very gutsy play call for Elam, almost going like a quarterback sneak there with 4 yards to go until the sticks, and he gets enough for it, especially considering that Cumberland Gap had sent almost everybody up in the box to try and defend it. This time it was Pineville's offensive line that's credited with the moving the chains.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10 at the 26. One receiver to the left side, two to the right. Two backs to the backfield with the quarterback as he stands in the gun. This is Ellis dropping, throwing across the middle, and it's going to be complete out to the 40-yard line. Give it to Devin Morris.
I like the play call a lot from Coach Elam in Pineville. Now, as you see, the clock is kind of working against you here on what will expected to be possibly the last drive of the half. You send Ellis back to throw and give it to Devin Morris. First time he was targeted tonight, and he made the most of it, running stride for stride with McDaniels.
Ball's at the 40-yard line of the K&K Metal, first down and 10 after the 14-yard pass completion. Again, it's going to be a handoff. Golden up the middle, and again, Cumberland Gap is right there waiting for him for no gain.
Good job by the Panthers not to be fooled by the long pass completion, not to expect another pass through the air. And they weren't fooled by that run call at all, as Pineville was stopped short for no gain.
Second down and 10, 3:30 and counting left to go first half. On second down and 10, two receiver to the left side, one to the right. Again, your quarterback in the gun, has a back to either side of him. This is going to be Ellis. Two-step drop goes across the middle. That one is up into the air and up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete at the 35-yard line. Really a jump ball. That one had a rainbow on it, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, it sure did. It was a little bit underthrown from Ellis. It was Ethan Daniels of Cumberland Gap, a junior defensive back, that had a good shot at picking that one off. It seemed like the wide receiver for Pineville almost had to play defense a little bit there to try and prevent the interception. The ball will fall to the turf incomplete.
Another third down, this time third down and 10 for Pineville.
Got to try and put the ball in the air here.
Three receivers left side, one to the right. Shotgun formation. Back to the left side. It's going to be a quick hitch out to the running back. This is Golden to the 40, trying to get to the edge, gets to the 45, still on his feet. Takes a hit, goes out of bounds, shy of the first down marker at the 47, 48-yard line.
Interesting to go with the pass, but not a pass that's downfield, giving the ball to the speedster Golden instead and seeing what he could do to try and create some space. He did a fine job there to make it now 4th down and short. I believe Pineville's got to go for this one.
I think you're right. It's at the 48-yard line, 4th down and 2. They are 0 for 1 on 4th downs here in this half. They'll break the huddle. Ball the near hash mark. One receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Wing also to the left side. Quarterback will go under the center. Ace backfield. Look for another sneak. Oh, and Cumberland Gap jumps off sides.
Blake Elliott for the Panthers, a sophomore defensive lineman, knew that he jumped as soon as he committed the mistake. So that's what, you teach that sometimes on 4th down and short. Try and have a longer snap count to try and get the defense to bait and give you a gift and a 1st down, and that's exactly what happened.
It's a K&K Middle 1st down and 10 now for Pineville in Cumberland Gap territory at the Panther 47-yard line. They do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining as we have 3:08 left to go here inside of the first half. Cumberland Gap leads this one 12-0. Pineville will break the huddle with 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Quarterback in the gun has a back split to his right side. Everybody for Cumberland Gap, all but 4 on the line. Ellis rolls off, right side looking, throws it. It's another rainbow ball up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete. No, it's going to be, nope, incomplete. Like I said, that one did bounce off the turf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Seemed like it could have been a fumble from the first glance.
I thought we had another interception. So it'll be 2nd down coming for the Mountain Lions.
Ellis took another huge hit from behind upon letting the football go, but again, a nice job of Cumberland Gap not allowing the deep ball. The defensive backs have really performed well.
Ellis has got to put some zip on that, quit rainbowing, because he's putting his receivers in a horrible situation where they got to play defense. It's 2nd down and 10. 1 receiver to the left side, 3 to the right, which is the wide side of the field. Quarterback in the gun has a back to his left side. Ellis is going to hand off to Golden. Golden trying to go back up the middle. He's going to get hit at the line and has to come back as the ball was almost stripped out of his hands, and he'll end up with 1.
Cumberland Gap's Tyler Raines, a senior linebacker, first meeting Golden up there in the middle. We saw the Panthers line up with 7 players in the box on the previous play, similar to that same formation on defense there, and of course it paid off as they were ready for that run up the middle.
3rd down and 8 upcoming for Pineville. They are 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Ellis in the gun has a back to his right side. Ellis, 2-step drop, throws off, man-to-man coverage to the near sideline. That's going to be incomplete. It's going to be incomplete as the intended receiver was Landon Couch, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you mentioned it, Adam, that Ellis was going to have to put a little bit more strength onto the ball. He did so. It was just a little bit tad overthrown there. But again, Cumberland Gap not allowing Pineville's receivers to get in position to try and get within reach of the football. And now with a 4th down and long, this will be a crucial call here for Pineville, as we do expect they'll go for it.
They're going to go for this on 4th down and 8. They're in Cumberland Gap territory. Ball in the near hash. 1 receiver to the left side, 3 again to the right. Ellis in the gun has a back to his right side. Look for him to go back to the same spot they just did on 3rd down. And Cumberland Gap is going to jump and give them 5 yards and make this 4th down and more reasonable.
It was Tyler Raines, the guilty culprit this time for Cumberland Gap, a senior linebacker that jumped again on the 4th down long snap count. You got to believe Coach Klein is going to be hammering the Panthers there at halftime for putting Pineville in these favorable scenarios. Again, we saw a 1st down was actually converted just a few moments ago by that same very mistake.
4th down and 3 now for the Pineville at the Cumberland Gap 40-yard line. See what they'll do here. Ball again on the near hash mark. They'll send 1 receiver to the right side. This time they're going to spin 3 to the left, which is the near side. Back to the left side of Ellis as he stands in the gun. And I believe we're going to get, false start against Pineville this time. I think the near side line jumped. Nope, we got timeout on the field taken by Pineville. 2:12 left to go. We'll take it with them. Our score is Cumberland Gap 12. It's Pineville 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
It'll be fourth down when we get back into action here. Unofficially Cumberland at 10 penalties in this first half. And I'm only counting one on the interception return where there were 5 flags down, but 10 penalties, most of them in the 5-yard variety.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of them, again, coming before the snap, either with the false start. We've seen a couple of offsides on this drive alone, so that's really kind of hurt Cumberland Gap's defense thus far. They've been stellar when they don't commit these penalties, but it's those mistakes exactly that's what's hurting them here.
On fourth down and 3, Mountain Lions going for it. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Ellis in the gun has it back to his right side. Ellis dropping, looking, throws off to Golden. It's going to be complete, hit, and dropped. It is going to be a completed pass, but for actually a loss of yardage. And for the second time, Pineville is turned away on fourth down.
Give huge credit to Cumberland Gap's Blake Elliott and Brady Pearman. Elliott forced Ellis to get rid of the football a little bit earlier than he would have liked, and Pearman made the tackle. As you know, we've seen Golden break a lot of tackles so far through the first half. We've seen him break first contact, but Pearman, the senior wide receiver and linebacker, made sure that wasn't the case.
2:01 left to go first half. Panthers will have a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball resting at the Pineville 42-yard line.
You see the Cumberland Gap leads this one 12-0. It could be a lot different if Pineville had converted those crucial fourth downs. You go back to that goal line stand that happened last drive, and now here Pineville had a lot of momentum going, but was halted due to Cumberland Gap's excellent defense.
On first down, it's 1 receiver to the left side, 3 to the right. Pistol formation. Brunsma. Play action. Looking, goes across the middle. It is complete to the 50, to the 45. Spin move and taken down about the 41-yard line.
Does that play remind you of anything?
Yeah.
That was the same exact play where Cumberland Gap fumbled on the previous drive, only this time McDaniels redeems himself and holds on to the football. Great job there. It was almost a mirror image of the last Cumberland Gap offensive play with the pass completed to McDaniels. Brunsma able to set his feet and deliver it inside there. He even spun past the tackle to break the first would-be tackler for Pineville. Only this time he keeps possession of the football.
17 yards on the pass completion, sets up a K&K Metal first down and 10 at the ball, and now at the Pineville 41-yard line. Again, 3 receivers now to the left side, 1 to the right. Pearman in the gun, has it back to his left side. Brunsma goes across the middle, it's complete to the 30, breaking the tackle to the 25 to the 20, and eventually down to about the 17-yard line. Brady Pearman.
Great route run by Pearman, the wide receiver, again, a senior we mentioned, one of the many Cumberland Gap upperclassmen on this team, as the cut that he made really distanced himself from the defensive back and allowed him to get free and catch that pass cleanly and in stride as well. Brunsman delivered it right where he should have, and it's another first down.
24 yards on the pass completion, and I believe Pineville is going to take a timeout here as they want to discuss this one. We'll wait and get the indication just to make sure, but I believe it is going to be timeout taken by Pineville. Cumberland Gap started this drive at their own 42-yard line. A pass to McDaniels and a pass to Pearman, and they're now down inside of the red zone of the 17.
Sure, they've really been able to keep this Pineville defense guessing all night long. Again, we've seen that throughout the majority of the contest, they've gotten most of their offense done on the ground, but here through the last few drives, and here, you know, specifically, I guess you could say, point back to those 2 pass plays, those connections, as you mentioned, to McDaniels and to Pearman. that the pass game is working just as well. And now a score here for Cumberland Gap would be huge for the Panthers to go up possibly 19-0 or maybe 20-0 if they decide to go for a 2-point conversion. Those defensive stands for the Panthers have really, really helped Cumberland Gap.
At the halftime break, we'll bring you some scores from around the state of Tennessee when it comes to high school football. We were updated about 20-some-odd minutes ago. Oliver Springs was leading Claiborne 13-6. We'll try to get a more up-to-date score once we get to the halftime break for that one. Here it's a K&K Meadow first down and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Option play. Kick out to the left side, trying to find a block. Gets one on the edge. Kicks back up and getting just a few yards on the run, I believe was Cole, as he'll bring it inside the 15.
Dalton Miracle blocking for Miles Cole. Nick Holbrook of Pineville makes the stop, as I believe we had a late flag.
No, we've actually got an injured player on the far sideline.
You're right.
The ball rests at the 13-yard line for a gain of 4, but we'll wait and check on the injured Panther. Way over on the far sideline, kind of hard to see from our vantage point. The injured Panther is down right about where the tackle was made. But we'll wait and see. Who the injured Panther is. Mind you, also at halftime, we'll have our college games of interest, and we'll break down the top 25 as well as a few key other matchups around college football. Looks like the injured Panther on the far sideline up to his feet and now walking gingerly. And again, we'll take a look around East Tennessee. Maybe take a peek into Southeast Kentucky with Middlesboro and Bell County. How about this for a second quarter score? Maryville. First off, I didn't even know this game was happening. It would have been fun to have watched. But Maryville right now leads Fulton in the second, 28-14.
Wow. How about that one? The Rebels and the Falcons going right at it.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, those are two powerhouses right there at the high school level for sure.
Looks like the shaken up Panther was the receiver, Miles Cole. Or excuse me, the running back with Miles Cole. And he is limping off to the near sideline. .59 seconds left to go here inside of the first half. Cumberland Gap has 2 timeouts remaining, and they have the ball right about the 13-yard line of Pineville, leading this one 12-0. Looks like we may see maybe Jacob Beatty, number 9, who's coming into the lineup.
Just another one of the many running backs that Cumberland Gap utilizes in the backfield. And he's a player as a junior that has had plenty of experience in the past.
He rushes off to the sideline. He was too many players in the huddle. Brunsma on second down, throws it out. It's complete to the 10, to the 5, hurdles inside the 5, spin move it into the end zone. I'll do it. You ready? Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. As the pass was completed to Nathan Fuson, number 4, he will dip, dodge, dive, and eventually spin his way into the end zone.
Great execution by Cumberland Gap, but again, you've got to give all the credit to Fuson. Caught the ball as he baited the Pineville defender into one direction, completely went the other way, and then spun past a couple of others and then stayed on his feet. He was never brought down and was able to dance into the end zone. What a play.
So Cumberland Gap will attempt the extra point, leading now 18-0. Snap is high. It's bobbled. It's going to be picked up, and this is Fuson looking, throwing off, and it's going to be incomplete. So once again, 2-point conversion now. No good. But Cumberland Gap has converted 4th down stops into points, and with 31 seconds left to go, we'll hold this one here as the Panthers now lead this one 18-0. And Brandon, you got to feel, for Pineville, they had momentum. They had the things going. They got to midfield, and the drive stalls, and to make things worse, Cumberland Gap turns it into 6.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that you love to do especially when you're a defensive coach, when you turn those, when you force those turnovers, I should say, you love to turn those into points. It all makes it the more difficult on your opponent when those mistakes turn into 6 points on the other end, and that's what Cumberland Gap was able to do. Again, we talked about the goal line stand where Pineville was not able to get into the end zone, and then another failed 4th down attempt for the Mountain Lions around midfield, and then Cumberland Gap was able to convert it with a slow and steady drive, using their timeouts effectively, mixing up the play calling through the air and through the ground, and of course had a little touchdown with style, I should say, I guess, for Fusen to cap it all off.
Scoring drive, 4 plays, 58 yards, 1:23 off the clock. You mentioned using timeouts. They didn't use a timeout one on that drive.
It certainly felt like it, though.
Well, the injury timeout
sure
felt like it, but they didn't use a single one. They still got 2 in their pocket. So does Pineville with 38 seconds left to go here. Let's see if they'll try to put something on the board or just go to the break. It's going to be an end-over-end short kick that will go out of bounds, which will give Pineville field position at the 35-yard line.
So with 31 seconds to go in the half, as you mentioned, 2 timeouts still on the board for Pineville. So you wonder if the Mountain Lions will try and go for a home run ball, or you see if they put the ball on the ground and just head into halftime, knowing that they will get the ball first to start the second half.
There's an option on this penalty. They have chosen for Cumberland Gap to re-kick.
Okay.
So Cumberland Gap will back 5 yards, another 5-yard penalty against Cumberland Gap, and they will re-kick this one. Again, I know they're trying the strategy here, trying not to kick it deep to the playmakers. So we'll see what the kicker does here on this play. Ball now will be teed up at the 35.
He's still waiting for the ball to get to him.
Yeah, we got now we got the ball from the near sideline. It's very rare that the receiving team will say, hey, you know what, back them up 5, let's kick it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they were already set up ready to be at the 35-yard line.
Pineville very confident in their special teams unit, especially considering what Golden did the last time.
Cumberland Gap's going to go for an onside kick here,
yes.
It looks.
Yep.
And it's going to take a pop. It's been touched. Pineville, no, this one's still loose at the 50. And I believe the Mountain Lions will fall upon it at midfield. And now Pineville back to midfield with 28 seconds left to go.
So now with 50 yards to go until the end zone and with 2 timeouts at your disposal.
It's time to put the ball in the air.
Absolutely. You've got to throw the ball. Ellis has got to try and put those receivers into their position to make a play. Maybe a Devin Morris, or maybe give the ball to a bruiser, should say Hayden Caleb's, who is a pair of freshmen there for Pineville. So we'll see what the Mountain Lions draw up.
It's a K&K Metal 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation with a back to the left. This is 2-step drop across the middle. Intercepted to the 40. Spin. And Cumberland Gap still moving the ball out to the 45-yard line. So the Panthers with another forced turnover. And that one was picked off by a Holden McDaniels. So another Pineville turnover.
Well, so much for Pineville trying to get in the end zone late here in the first half. Holden McDaniels, again, reading the quarterback's eyes very effectively and stepping out right in front to make the INT. And that seals off what's been a stellar first half for Cumberland Gap with 19 seconds remaining.
Do you take a shot here with 2 timeouts?
I definitely would. Considering the offensive weapons that you've got at receiver, like Caleb Edwards and Brady Perriman. I would definitely take a shot.
See what they do here on another K&K Metal 1st down. They're going to go for this one here. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Split backs as the quarterback is in the gun. Hand off up the middle to the 45. Spinning out to midfield. And I believe Cumberland Gap's going to play for the halftime break here, as that run was by Miracle. He'll pick up 5. And that will do it for the first half of play. We've played 1 full half here from Cumberland Gap High School. Actually, hold on a second. The officials are bringing the players back onto the field. Now they're going to say it's the end of the half. So now we played 1 half here at Cumberland Gap High School. Our halftime score, it is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville nothing. Folks, stay tuned. Halftime festivities right after this as you're watching and listening to the Old Town Grill Game of the Week here on the LMU Sports Network.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Adam Haley, Brandon Burke along with you. Gary Daniels back inside the WLMU studios. We have Brett Fisher and Allison Barnett on top of the press box doing the TV coverage. As we get ready here for second half action for Cumberland Gap. Eliminate the penalties for Pineville. Get out of your own way. You had offense moving, but you stalled. Cumberland Gap's defense did a lot there, but you've got to continue pushing that. They may have to go to the air.
And particularly once you had the 4th down and goal scenario, once you get that close, you've got to push it in. There are some teams that struggle once they get inside the 20 with the defense not having as much room behind them, but nonetheless, it's got to start here on this opening drive for the Mountain Lions. They've got to score and try and get themselves back in it and cut into this deficit.
Well, just as we had said that, we have a flag on the kickoff, and we have an illegal substitution against Cumberland Gap.
You jinxed it, Adam. It's your fault.
I know. I'm getting blamed in the press box now for this penalty.
Well, you know, you did say it.
I know. I know. So the Panthers now be kicking off from the 35-yard line. See if they'll kick this one deep, as I imagine they will. Last time they were at the 35, they actually onside kicked it. And there's the whistle, and we are underway here in the second half. And a nice end-over-end kick. That will not be put in the record book. We have another 5-yard penalty against Cumberland Gap as we have false start against the Panthers.
Wow. So back-to-back before the kickoff can even really get started. Again, the clock hasn't even been able to run yet here in the second half, and we've got 2 more yellow flags against the Panthers.
Now the Panthers will be kicking off from the 30-yard line.
Well, you've got to believe that Matt Golden may be chomping at the bits here to receive this football.
So the Panthers will be trying to kick this one off now for the 3rd time to start the second half. The run up, and there's the kick again. Another short, this time, end-over-end kick, takes a bounce, and eventually is picked up at the 18-yard line to the 25. To the 30, and being taken down by a host of people at the 32-yard line. And that's where the Mountain Lions will start with a K&K Middle. 1st down and 10.
With the ball skipping up there towards Matt Golden, it skid by him just a little bit, caused a slight delay in his kickoff return, but nonetheless was able to give Pineville pretty decent field position here to start their first drive of the second half. So we'll see what Bart Elam, we'll see what his message was to the Mountain Lions to kick off half number 2 as they've got to cut into this 18-point hole.
It's a K&K Middle 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line. There'll be another flag, I believe, on the field. And we have an illegal substitution against Pineville this time.
Well, there must just be something in the air here between these two teams, because we have already now officially, we're 8 seconds into the half, and we've already seen 3 penalties.
Mark the ball back to the 27-yard line now. And it'll be K&K Metal 1st down and 15. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. 2 backs around the quarterback as he stands in the gun. Handoff, this is Golden going to the right side. Trying to stretch it out to the 25, kicks back up to the 30, taken down by the ankles to about the 31-yard line.
Good persistence by the Cumberland Gap defense there. The defensive backs bringing Golden down to the turf before he had a whole lot of room to work with. Golden was opting for a little bit more hesitation to try and find his gap instead of bursting right there into the teeth of the defense. But the win there goes to the Gap's Panthers.
2nd down and 11. Ball at the Pineville 31-yard line. 2 receivers split to the left side. 1 to the right. Again, your quarterback is Ellis. He stands in a gun with a back to either side. Handoff coming up the middle past the 30 to about the 34, 35-yard line again is Golden.
The Panthers again reminiscent of that goal line stand, not giving up an inch here on the run game up the middle. Defensive line really motivated here coming out of the halftime break. You know, up 18, and after not allowing any kind of offense from the visitors, it's easy to get a little complacent in the second half and fall asleep. So far through 2 plays, Cumberland Gap has not done that at all.
So it'll be 3rd down upcoming for Pineville, 3rd down and 8. They were 1 of 5 on 3rd downs in the first half. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Again, 2 backs in the backfield with Ellis. Ellis hands off Golden. Golden has to stutter step up the middle, but again, he gets nothing as the Cumberland Gap defensive line holds true. He may have actually lost a few yards there, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Interesting that Pineville opts for another run on 3rd down and long. I would have thought that the Mountain Lions would have looked to possibly put the ball in the air, let Ellis try and find something with his receivers. But again, credit to Cumberland Gap to not really be fooled by the play call and bring Golden down once more.
For the first time this evening, we have a punt situation.
That's right.
4th down and 10. Now, Pineville has a punter that is close to the line. Cumberland Gap has a deep guy back to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a fake. It's passed off into the flat. It is complete. Out to the 42, to the 45, and up past into Cumberland Gap territory to the 48, 49-yard line, as it was a pass completed to Reese Capps on a punt fake. And it's going to be another K&K Metal 1st down and 10 for Pineville.
And that was exactly the reason why Pineville's punter was lined up as close as he was to the center. And that was so he could air the ball out and catch Cumberland Gap off guard just a little bit. Great play call from Elam to keep the drive alive and get the ball in the hands of Capps, a sophomore for the Mountain Lions.
So now it's another K&K Metal 1st down and 10. Inside Cumberland Gap territory at the 49. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation again for Pineville. Handoff, Golden going to the right side, trying to find the hole to the 50 to the 45, and powers his way forward to about the 43, 42-yard line.
Cumberland Gap again lining up with 6 players in the box there to try and defend the run. Golden trying to find the edge, and he really rode behind the freshman Hayden Caleb's that is, of Pineville, and that was far and away the most successful rush playing run game that Pineville has had here so far in the second half.
2nd down, let's call it, 3 yards to go. Ball now on the far hash. 2 receivers to the left side. They're going to split 1 to the right. Again, shotgun formation for Ellis. Has a back to either side. Looks to be Golden and Caleb's. It's going to be a handoff this time to Caleb's, and Caleb's is hit at the ankle and stopped for no gain.
Great tackle by Cumberland Gap's, I think that's Dalton Miracle who made the stop. Yes, it was. Tripping up Caleb's before he could get his momentum going. So another nice stop from the Gap. Again, they haven't had a lot of missed tackles tonight, I guess to put it very plainly. They've done a nice job keeping these Pineville running backs grounded. 3rd down and 2. 2 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation, 1 back to either side of the quarterback. Cumberland Gap jumps. No flag was not drawn. Now Ellis is going to walk up and set an audible, set the play. Good time, good job by the Panthers to get back. Going to jump again. Still doesn't, and now they're going to get called. Actually, it's going to be timeout Pineville. They could not get Cumberland Gap to jump. We'll take it with them. 7:37 left to go, 3rd quarter. Our score is still Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
12. They'll do the middle and go to the 13, and it'll still be a first down and 10. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's going to be a handoff. Golden going up the middle, finding a hole, running over Cumberland Gap Panthers past the 10, inside the 10 near the 5-yard line.
Good job from Golden to squeeze through the tight line that the offensive line had given him, the nice space that he was able to squeeze through and push it down. Now for Pineville, bringing back some bad memories of the first half. You've got to convert this one all the way to the end zone.
2nd down and 2 at the 5-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Again, 2 backs around the quarterback, Ellis in the gun. Ellis, hands off. This is Golden to the left side to the 5, and he is finally into the end zone. Touchdown, Pineville, with 6 minutes and a couple seconds left to go.
Got to believe that the Mountain Lions were determined to finally reach pay dirt there, as it seemed that there was plenty of blocking room for Golden to sprint his way into the end zone. The defensive backs were really held up by Pineville's wide receivers, and the result is 6 points for the visitors.
I believe they're going to go for 2 here with 6:09 left to go inside of the 3rd quarter. I believe what I saw in the stats before the game, they've attempted 2 extra points all season, and they missed both of those. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Quarterback will go under the center with an ace back. Play action. Rolling off to the right side is Ellis, looking, throwing. It is incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good, but however, time out of the field. 6:09 left to go, 3rd quarter. Our new score, it is it is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 6.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Pineville's on the board, trailing now 18-6.
Yeah, and it was just what you wanted if you were Pineville to start the drive. Again, as you mentioned, you were aided by those penalties, but the Mountain Lions needed to get 6, and that's exactly what they did.
Kickoff is going to be, that is a whiff. Golden and his team went forward, and the ball did not. So we'll get a dead ball. False start against Pineville. That'll be 5 more yards backwards against the Mountain Lions.
I mentioned it must be something in the air here in terms of kickoffs, as both teams on special teams have just really, I'd love to see the final statistics. It may take you a couple of minutes to count off the total penalties tonight between both of these clubs.
I'll be at the house by the time I get done counting those. So alone here in the second half, we've had 3 5-yard penalties on 2 kickoffs. And now this one is kicked off and taken on the far sideline. And Cumberland Gap will start with good field position as they'll start at the 50-yard line.
So now again for the Mountain Lions with only 50 yards to go into the end zone for Cumberland Gap now. You've got to be able to stop the Panthers now as you have cut the deficit from 18 now to 12. So for Pineville, it's got to be a quick, maybe a 3-and-out if you can get it. Try and force a punt for the Gap, which is something that the Panthers have not had all night. So for Pineville, you've got to keep the momentum going.
For Cumberland Gap, you want to score at the end of this quarter.
Yeah.
Run the rest of it out and make Pineville have to change their offense when they get the ball. It's a K&K Metal first down and 10 at the 50. 1 receiver to the right side. 2 to the left. Brunsma in the gun. Has 2 backs in the back wheel with him. Going to hand off up the middle to the 45, to the 40, dragging Pineville Mountain Lions past the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Great run by Cumberland Gap straight up the middle, getting right through all the Pineville defenders in his way. Turns out that was Miles Cole. That's a good sign.
Yep, he's back into the game.
Yes, very good sign as he was a little shaken up in the second quarter. And it's the first time his number's called yet again. He makes the most of it. He's been very consistent tonight for the Gap.
It's another first down and 10. Another K&K Middle first down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. This time quarterback goes under the center. Turns around, hands off on a fullback dive up the middle to about the 36-yard line. And I believe that is going to be, is that Dalton Miracle?
Yeah, I think that's
21.
Dalton Miracle lining up at the fullback again. Coach Klein has liked that formation and that play call tonight as it got the Panthers one of their 3 touchdowns tonight, lining up Miracle at the fullback and sending him up the middle on a dive.
Sometimes the numerals are hard to see in the darkness. It's like it's a dark blue on a gray.
Yeah.
So second down and 8. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Brunsma. It's an option. Keeps it himself to the 35. Pitches out at the last second to the 35 to the 30. And eventually being pushed out of bounds on the run is Cole.
You mentioned it, Adam. Brunsma gave that football up at the last possible moment, just about as he was tackled, flipping it over to Miles Cole on the near sideline, and another nice gain. Every time Cumberland Gap has ran that option play, it's been success for the Panthers. They've really not had a negative outcome to that formation on the quarterback option, whether it's Brunsma giving it to Cole and letting Miracle block in front of him, or whether it's Brunsma keeping it himself.
Third down and 1. First third down for Cumberland Gap here in the second half. 1 receiver, make it 2 to the left side, 1 to the right. Handoff, fullback dive up the middle. They got the first. They got the first out to about the 28, 27-yard line.
It looked at Cumberland Gap had converted that first down on the previous play. I guess they had spotted the ball a little bit further back than what we initially thought. But nonetheless, like you said, with the fullback dive up the middle, just needing about a yard or so, the Panthers got that and then some.
It was Jacob Beatty converting the third down. And now the ball at the 27-yard line. Another K came out on first down and 10. Cumberland Gap 4 for 4 on third downs after that last play. This is an option play. Brunsma rolling off to the left side, looking, pitches, fumbled, and Cumberland Gap trying to jump on it. Well, did they get to it, or did Pineville? No, they're going to say Cumberland Gap did recover that on the far sideline for a loss. Kind of a late pitch by Brunsma. He tried to bait the defense in. I don't think his running back was ready for it.
And so, of course, I was just talking about how well the pitch play had been working for Cumberland Gap, and there it almost resulted in a fumble for the Panthers. So I guess we're both kind of jinxing tonight. But nonetheless,
Cumberland Gap takes a timeout. We'll take this one as well. 4:15 left to go, third quarter. It is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 6.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back up to Cumberland Gap High School. Each team now 1 possession here in this third quarter. Cumberland Gap in the middle of their first one. It will be second down. Let's call it 13 yards to go out of the timeout. Ball is at the Pineville 30-yard line. Cumberland Gap leading this one 18-6. Interested to see they had success in the first half, throwing the ball across the middle out of a trips formation. Do they try to do that again?
I think they'll definitely show that lineup at least here in the next couple of plays, especially now with the second down and long formation.
1 receiver to the left side, 3 to the right. This is going to be, there's a pitch out into the flat to the 30, come to the near sideline to the 25, and eventually being taken down in a bear hug at about the 22, 21-yard line.
Well, just as you mentioned, with that same formation, trips to the right side results in a completed pass to Nathan Fusen, a junior wide receiver who then, again, you call it a tackle, but, you know, he was bringing that Pineville defender down with him with that tough, stiff arm.
8 yards on the pass completion. And it will be third down again. Third down upcoming. Let's call it 3rd and 5. They are 4 for 4 on third downs here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brunsma, play action, throws down the middle, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Cumberland Gap. Man, oh man, but we do have a flag on the play. Kind of wonder if that play was dead, and that's why the receiver was so wide open on that. Official marches his way out here, gives us the indication. Illegal shift against Cumberland Gap.
Wow. So another TD that was brought back. You mentioned that play may have been dead. We saw the Pineville defenders react a little bit. We saw McDaniels throw his hands up in the air as soon as he broke free, as there were, again, nobody in front of him. He was able to make the pass completion, but now with that penalty again coming on third down, that'll bring back the Panthers even further.
3rd down and 10, upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. Big play for both teams right here. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield around the quarterback. Brunsma running the option. Going to keep it himself. Flag on the play. Going to cut back to the middle of the field. He's to the 25, breaking tackles, and eventually gets taken down near the 20-yard line. But I believe we're going to have a hold as the flag is back to the 25-yard line. Wait and get the indication. It's a holding against Cumberland Gap.
Yeah, certainly that flag fell in the area of where the hold is normally called.
Question is, does Pineville want to accept the penalty? It's 3rd
Right.
down. It would keep it 4th and short, and they're going to take this penalty. So we talked about penalties in the first half. Alone here in the second half. We're in the 3rd quarter. That is the 6th penalty against the Panthers.
And you hope now, as we just said, Pineville accepting that penalty, making it 3rd down and an eternity here for Cumberland Gap. You've got to hope for the Mountain Lions. A turnover will be best case scenario here on defense.
3rd and 20 upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Brunsma again in the gun, has 2 backs. Brunsma's just going to drop. Here comes some pressure. Steps up, throws across, down into the double coverage, and it's going to be intercepted. It is intercepted by the Mountain Lions near the 12-yard line, picked off by Devin Morris.
You know, when I said that Pineville was hoping for a turnover, I was thinking more in the area of a fumble is what they were hoping for. But again, with the 3rd down and long, you did think that Cumberland Gap was going to try and put the ball in the air. But essentially, if you're the Panthers, that's almost like a punt. You know, on 3rd down and very long, letting the Pineville defender take down the INT, officially down at, the 13-yard line. So, again, Pineville now forcing the turnover. Now they've got to try and make it all the way back to the end zone again.
2:32 left to go. Here's a K and K Metal 1st down and 10. Handoff to Golden. Golden's got to try to find a spot, and he's going to take a hit on the way down for a positive yardage.
Miles Cole credited with the tackle on Golden once he tried to break the edge, but brought him down just before he could turn on the Jets there.
We have an injured Mountain Lion down, and that, don't want to speculate, but that kind of looks a little bit like Golden.
Yeah, I think it may be.
And I think they're working on a cramp at the moment, and you can imagine why he's been the workhorse for Pineville, offense, defense, special teams.
And he was hit down low on the tackle from Cole specifically, if you want to talk about just that last play.
Yes. So we'll wait and see where they'll end up spotting this ball after the injury timeout. I do want to point out that was the first 3rd down Cumberland Gap has not converted this evening.
And coming late in the 3rd quarter, you'll definitely take that if you're Coach Klein.
Absolutely. Still waiting them to work on the injured Mountain Lion over on the far side, and we're trying to get the scoreboard pulled up here so we can take a look at some scores. It is Oneida now trailing with 8:31 left to go 3rd quarter, 14-10 to York Institute.
Wow.
Oak Ridge leads Sevier County in the 3rd, 28-13. Wartburg, Cumberland Gap's opponent next week, leading Sunbright 44-14 at the halftime score. Maryville leading Fulton in the 3rd now 28-20. Meigs County, that's still a first quarter score. I was going to say Meigs County and McMinn Central still 13-0. That's a first quarter score. Your beloved West team still at the half, according to this, 7-6 still the score there. Just kind of trying to find some 3rd quarter scores. Central leads Clinton 28-7 in the 3rd.
East Nashville leading Chattanooga Brainerd 52-0. You've got Oak Ridge leading Sevier County 28-13 in the third. Rockwood leads Harriman in the third 13-7. Ottawa 2 points better than Sardis Daisy 16-14. Oliver Springs still leading Claiborne in the third. It's 32-6 there.
We mentioned that score jumped from 13-6 to 32-6 very quickly.
It did. Gibbs leads Morristown East in the fourth 26-7. Tyner Academy leading East Hamilton. Fourth quarter score 3-0 there. So a defensive battle. Alcoa leads Dobbins Bennett 28-7 in the third. Granger now leads Volunteer in the third 24-14. Sullivan North leads Unaka in the fourth 35-8. And it is David Crockett leading Hampton 38-0 in the third. Pigeon Forge now leads Cott County in the fourth 21-18. We're back into action here as it was a 2-yard gain on that run. I'll bring up second down in 8. And now it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the workhorse for the Mountain Lions. 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a handoff coming over to the near sideline and being jerked around by the jersey. As on the run is Hayden Caleb's.
Looks like Caleb's will again take over as the primary running back while Golden is sidelined with the injury. Again, going from a senior to a freshman in terms of the primary running back there in the backfield. And Caleb's was met by a lot of gray jerseys there for a very short gain.
Third down once again for Pineville. 1 for 7 on third down here today as we were at 1:43 and counting third quarter. 18-6 is still our score in favor of the Panthers. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Quarterback Ellis Innigun has a back to his left side. Ellis going to drop, throwing off 1-to-1 coverage. It's going to be a short pass as that one fell about 8 yards short of the intended receiver. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Even though the pass was initially short of the receiver's destination, it was good coverage nonetheless from Nathan Fusen of Cumberland Gap as he looked like he was in position in front of the receiver in a prime position to maybe bat that one down or pick it off if the ball would have had the length.
So now Pineville set to punt. This looks like it may be our first punt of the evening. Cumberland Gap has the receiver back to the Pineville 41-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Long wait this time. There's the snap. And it's going to be it's out of there. It's going to take a Cumberland Gap bounce, and it'll be down by Pineville at the Mountain Line 37-yard line. So Cumberland Gap will have the ball. With 1:15 left to go here inside of the third quarter. They will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10 at the Pineville 37-yard line.
Again, great field position for Cumberland Gap after the 3-and-out that Pineville had after the interception.
1 receiver to the right side, 2 to the left, 2 backs around the quarterback Brunsma. He'll hand off up the middle of the 35, and being taken down right about the 35-yard line will be the running back. And that will be Cole.
Miles Cole on the halfback dive up through the tackles as the third quarter starts to come to an end here. Panthers, again, despite giving up that first touchdown drive to Pineville, the only bad thing for the Mountain Lions was that it took so much time off the clock. And now if the Panthers score here, that's going to put Pineville in a really desperate situation.
Second down and 7. 2 receiver to the right side, 1 to the left. Brunsman's going to hand off up the middle to the 30 and bring the ball forward to about the 28-yard line. I believe once again was Cole, and that's going to be another K&K Metal first down.
Miles Cole most likely has been the offensive MVP for the Panthers here tonight. Got to give also a nomination for Brady Pearman. Caden Brunsman's had a nice ball throwing at the quarterback position tonight too. So the Cumberland Gap offense has been working like a well-oiled machine here tonight.
I'm going to back up my statement. It'll be third down and 1 as we are facing a third down. But before we get to that, it looks like the third quarter clock will expire. And that will do it for 3 quarters of action. We've played 3 here at Cumberland Gap High School. Our score as we enter the fourth quarter, it is Panthers 18. It is Pineville 6.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Start the fourth quarter of action. As Cumberland Gap leading Pineville by the score of 18-6. They're faced with 3rd down and 1 as we start the fourth quarter of action. Ball resting at the Pineville 27-yard line. It's going to be a misdirection, and it's going to be a first down past the 25 to about the 22-yard line on the run by Cole.
Cumberland Gap has been really electing to go for those runs up the middle tonight for the majority of the contest, although the route there for the running back on the misdirection certainly helped the Panthers push forward to the sticks, and that rushing attack keeps on going.
Ball now at the 22-yard line for a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball in the near hash mark. Cumberland Gap now 5 of 6 on 3rd downs this evening. In no hurry, ball's in the near hash. One receiver to the left side. They're going to split one to the right. Pistol formation for the quarterback. Hands off to Cole. Cole over to the right side to the 20. And looks like they'll mark it to the 20 for a game of 2.
Cole again right through the tackles. The offensive line really showcasing Cumberland Gap's offensive drive here, as it's been a mix of Cole and Dalton Miracle on some occasions, even Jacob Beatty.
2nd down and 8. One receiver to the left side. Again, one to the right. Pistol formation once again for Brunsma. Brunsma is going to hand off. And going off the right side once again past the 20. Near the 15-yard line, I believe that time was Dalton Miracle.
It sure was. Miracle, the senior who has himself had a terrific day, has a touchdown to his credit on a couple of fullback dives. A very powerful runner is Miracle.
3rd down. Let's call it 4 yards to go. Ball's at the 16-yard line. 3rd down upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. One receiver to the left side. They'll split 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Brunsma, back to either side. Hands off to Cole, up the middle, spinning, trying to fight his way forward. Let's see where he'll get the forward progress. Looks like they'll mark him at about the 13-yard line. Now there's a late flag on the play.
I think the flag may be against Miracle in just frustration of not reaching the first down marker. They make it an unsportsmanlike.
Dead ball, personal foul against Cumberland Gap.
So I think that's what occurred there. Miracle just putting the ball down on the turf with a little bit of force after not being able to reach the first down. And I guess Pineville accepts the penalty,
of course,
to make it 3rd down and even longer. So
3rd down and about 14 yards to go. Clock running in Cumberland Gap's favor. They lead this one 18-6 as we are 9:50 and counting left to go here inside of this regulation contest. Pineville faithful on the opposite sideline, trying to get their team some encouragement. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Brunsma throwing. It is complete. No, it's incomplete. Edwards wanted to turn and run before he caught the ball, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and that mistake is simply what caused that incompletion there, trying to decide what he was going to do with the football before he actually secured it in. And now Pineville will take over.
That was a 4th down because the personal foul was
Right.
after the play.
Right.
So the Mountain Lions will have possession at the 27-yard line, trailing by 2 touchdowns with 9:32 left to go here inside of the fourth quarter. Ball's at the 27-yard line. It'll be a K&K Metal first down and 10. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Brawling over to the right side, looking, pump, throwing, got a receiver there. It's going to be complete down to the 49-yard line inside Cumberland Gap territory. On the reception, Braden Linger.
What a highlight reel grab there for the sophomore receiver of Pineville. Again, Ellis kind of showing like he was maybe going to roll off and scramble and then firing the ball off in the air at the last moment. And again, if he had hit Linger in stride, it could have been all the way to the house. But nonetheless, good job to secure the pass and give the Mountain Lions a huge gain.
24 yards on the pass completion. Another K&K Metal first down and 10. This time at the Cumberland Gap 49-yard line. Again, 4 wide, 2 to either side. It's going to be a keeper taken by Caleb's off the left side to the 50, looking for the block to the 45. Takes a hit, still on his feet. Past the 45, going out of bounds over on the far sideline at about the 42, 41-yard line.
Probably the most successful play where it has been a direct snap to Caleb's thus far. Pineville's kind of struggled with that look so far tonight, but didn't see any struggle that time on the near sideline. Again, Caleb's, just for a freshman, is a bruiser of a back.
8 yards on the run, sets up second down and 2. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback. He's going to hand off, coming to the near sideline to the 45, taking a hit and going down for a huge loss. On the run was Golden, and now we're going to get a flag. And is this going to go against Cumberland Gap?
I think it may be. Maybe some more extracurricular after the play. McDaniels was the one who brought down Golden far behind the line.
Golden was marked at the 48-yard line.
I didn't see anything
illegal on that.
after the play, though. Yeah.
I think now they're confirmed. It's going to be a block back against Pineville.
Okay.
So there it is. They were just talking to Cumberland Gap about what they wanted to do.
Okay.
And I believe Coach Klein's going to decline this penalty, and he does.
Not a bad decision either to decline it after the run for what was a loss on the play. Following Caleb's good run on the side, Pineville loses some on the second try.
The body language of the defender that got the tackle that time was like it was against him.
Right.
So that's what kind of confused us. Now Pineville faced with third down for the 9th time. They're 1 for 8 on third downs tonight. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 backs around the quarterback who's in the gun. He's going to drop. Looking, 3-step drop, throws across the middle as he takes a hit. It's up for grabs. It's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Multiple people had a shot at that one, and it'll bring up fourth down as Cumberland Gap has a player down in the backfield.
Nathan Fusen nearly just about picked that pass off for Cumberland Gap. Pineville's receiver there nearly came down with the reception, but in doing so, with the ball tipped up in the air, it almost turned into disaster for the Mountain Lions. They did avoid the turnover, but it nonetheless does fall incomplete.
We do have an injured Panther down on the field as we get ready for fourth down. And it'll be a big fourth down for Pineville. Got an opportunity while they're tending to the injured Panther. Let you know, Lindcamp leads Jellicoe in the third 49-0.
How about that score right there for Lindcamp?
It's a team that's come on strong this year.
Sure
Undefeated.
Yes.
They're almost ranked. No, I take that back. They are now ranked by the AP in the state of Kentucky. So
maybe the most difficult test that Pineville will see to the remainder of their season, facing off against Lindcamp, as we mentioned.
And I believe it's a district game for Pineville.
Yes.
Cott County leads Pigeon Forge in the fourth, 24-21. David Crockett leading 38-0 over Hampton as they start the fourth quarter there. Daniel Boone leads Science Hill 28-21 in the fourth. Sullivan North on their way to their 5th win of the year as they lead Unaka 49-8. Granger opening up on Volunteer 46-20 with 7.5 minutes left to go inside of that contest.
Looks like that'll be a much-needed win for the Grizzlies there, as they hadn't picked up one since their season opening win over Pigeon Forge.
Injured Panther is Alec Barnard. And he'll come off to the sideline. And it'll be fourth down for Pineville. They've got to go for this one, I believe.
Yeah, really no choice here.
Fourth down and 8. They will send 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Two backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Ellis. And now we have a stoppage, as the head official will come to the near sideline. Looked at the other officials. I don't know if he's trying to check something or nevertheless. I keep looking back. Looks like they may put some time on the clock. So they're going to add some time to the clock.
I believe they're wanting 8:04 on the board.
8:04 on the board. It'll be 4th down upcoming here for Pineville. 3 for 5 on 4th down. On 4th down is the Mountain Lions this evening.
Very ironic considering how inefficient they've been on 3rd.
Again, receivers off to either side. Quarterback dropping, looking, feeling pressure, throws off into the flat. Got a receiver there. It's going to be incomplete. Incomplete, and Cumberland Gap will turn Pineville over on downs.
Second straight play in which Pineville avoided an interception. It will go down as a turnover on downs ultimately, but it was Miles Cole who deflected that pass on the far sideline and causes CG to take over again on offense. That could have been the deciding blow there, if you will, for the Panthers defense, causing another turnover on downs, leading this one by 12. You've got to choose some clock now if you're a Cumberland Gap.
7:52 is what's on the scoreboard left here in this game. 18-6, Cumberland Gap leads it. They will start with a K&K Metal 1st down and 10 at their 48-yard line. One receiver to the near side, 2 to the right. Pistol formation for the quarterback, Brunsma. Brunsma will hand off up the middle, spinning past the 50, down to about the 45-yard line in Pineville territory. On the run is Dalton Miracle.
We talked about how Pineville so far in the season, as they came into this one with a 4-1 record and came away with what was a thrilling 30-24 victory over Middlesboro. We did see the Mountain Lions come back from a late deficit to win that matchup, although they hadn't. This was just their second road matchup of the year. They pulled that one out over Jackson County, but here struggling in their second test.
2nd down and 2. 2 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Another handoff up the middle, and Miracle really just kind of walked forward. And we'll go down to the 43 and should get enough for the 1st down.
Pineville won that one road contest of the season, 26-16 over Jackson County. And again, they had beaten all the teams that they were favored to beat, but this was a tough test for Pineville. Again, a Mountain Lions squad, as we look at the roster, that has 30 players with just 5 seniors and 9 freshmen listed on the roster that we have been given. So Pineville will certainly learn from the mistakes that they've made this evening, and will have a very interesting schedule the rest of the year.
1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Brunsma in the gun, has a back to either side of him. Option play. Rolls off, pitches out. This is to the 45, trying to get to the edge is Cole to the 40, spinning and go down past the 40, about the 38-yard line.
There's not many better feelings than when you have an option play off to the far sideline that actually works, when it was nearly a disaster the play before, as it was almost a fumble the last time around on what was kind of a late pitch from Brunsma. This time it was executed well, and it was Miles Cole that gives Cumberland Gap a pretty nice gain.
2nd down and 6 upcoming now for the Panthers. Ball at the Pineville 39-yard line. 2 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. Again, shotgun formation for Brunsma. Pineville jumps. No flag. They got back. Brunsma's going to run the option out of the near side. Keeps it himself this time. He's to the 40. Past the 35 down to about the 33-yard line.
And so when the option play works one way, you just run it off to the opposite side with a Brunsma keeper this time around. Enough to move the chains, I believe. Yes, they will.
It's a K&K Metal 1st down and 10, this time at the Pineville 33. Clock in Cumberland Gap's favor, marking the ball down now at 5:45 in counting. They lead this one by 12. They could really work this down to the end zone and score with less than a minute to go to put the nail in the coffin.
You know, the clock's really been on Cumberland Gap's side this entire matchup, dating back to their opening drive TD.
2 receiver to the right side, 1 to the left. Brunsma hands off, up the middle. And I believe this is Cole again. That'll bring the ball past the 30 to about the 29, 28-yard line.
Again, nothing fancy there for the Panthers. Another run up the middle in between the tackles. Well, I tell you, offensive line for Cumberland Gap has really got their work in tonight and then some. Really aiding the ground game tonight, especially when they go up between the trenches.
Second down, let's call it 6 yards to go here for Cumberland Gap. Two receivers to the right side, one to the left. Again, shotgun formation for Brunsma. He will hand off. And Pineville this time meeting the running back at the line. Wait and see. I believe it was Miracle that time. He might have lost a yard. And to bring up third down.
Another short gain run up the middle again. Don't expect a really dazzling play call here on third down again, as Cumberland Gap's primary objective is to keep on chewing that clock.
Third down and 7. They're 5 of 7 on third downs. Three receivers right side, one to the left. Brunsma, pistol formation. Play action. Looking off into the flat. Rolling some time. Got some time. Still looking. Throws into traffic, and it's going to be incomplete. Thought he might run with it that time. Tried to jump pass through it, back across his body to the middle of the field into triple coverage, and got away with one there.
Yeah, it seemed that he would have been better off maybe deciding to put the ball down into his arms and try and do the ball on, or do the play on the ground, I should say. Sorry, I jumbled over my words a little bit. But nonetheless, an incomplete pass after the ill-advised throw.
Timeout on the field. Cumberland Gap takes it with 4:07 left to go. We'll take this as well. Cumberland Gap leading 18-6.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back to Panther Field. We're to be 4th down and 6 upcoming for Cumberland Gap out of the timeout. I believe that was their second timeout they have used here in this half. And it is the second timeout they've used in this half. Cumberland Gap may go for this one. They are, from what I was looking over, 0 for 1 on 4th down. On 4th down, two receivers to the left, one to the right. Brunsma in the gun. Play action. Rolling, looking, has room to run, throws it down into the end zone and will overthrow his receiver. Incomplete. And Pineville will turn Cumberland Gap over on downs.
Cumberland Gap electing for the home run ball there, trying the deep pass all the way to the end zone. It was either going to be a touchdown or a turnover on downs. Ends up being the latter. And Pineville will take over for what could be their final drive of the night.
They're going to have to go quicker than they're probably used to doing with 4:01 left to go. They have 2 timeouts, trailing by 2 scores. It'll be a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball at the Pineville 29-yard line. One receiver, make it now 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for your quarterback, Ellis. Rolling, looking, throws off into the flat, well over the head of his intended receiver, and that will fall incomplete as he tried to get it to Caps.
Yeah, tried to get the ball into Caps' hands, as you said, the sophomore, but sailing just a bit too high. Best thing for that situation for Pineville is when you have an incomplete pass, obviously the clock does stop, so it gives you a little bit more time to try and set up the next play.
Second down and 10. Ball still at the 29-yard line. It's on the near hash mark as the Mountain Lions go from left to right. 2 receivers now split to the left. They'll split 2 to the right. Again, Ellis in the gun, has a back to his left side, which is Golden. Ellis dropping, feeling pressure, has to roll off left side, looking, steps up in the pocket, sacked. He will be taken down for a loss of 5.
Seems that Ellis somewhat ran into his offensive lineman there on the far side, trying to create some room and running into a wall in the form of his own player, and then the Cumberland Gap defense caught up to him in the backfield for the big loss.
3rd down for Pineville. They are 1 for 9 on 3rd down this evening. This is 3rd down and 14. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Again, Ellis in the gun has Golden to his left side. Ellis dropping, looking, throwing down the left sideline. It's going to be incomplete, just out of the intended hands of his receiver, Morris. No flag on the play as the defender fell. I thought they might get him for interference. And it's going to be 4th down.
Seems like there was a lot of contact before the ball fell just out of the reach of Morris and hit the turf. Like you said, nonetheless, it will be incomplete pass. Had that pass have been completed, it would have been all the way to the end zone.
Yes. We have an injured Panther down. I believe he's just suffering cramps out at the 46, 47-yard line. It'll be 4th down upcoming now for Pineville. We talked about they're 1 for 10 on 3rd downs. They're 3 for 6 on 4th downs.
50% on the 4th down tries. Not really great with the fast calculations like that, but I can do 3 for 6.
I think if you're a team, you really don't want to have to say, hey, we've attempted 6 4th downs in a game.
That's true.
It's a final. Sullivan North has defeated Unaka tonight 49-14. Gibbs now picked up their 2nd win of the season. They've knocked off Morristown East tonight 33-17.
Gotten those 2 wins in consecutive fashion, too. They knocked off Campbell County a week ago.
Stone Memorial stays undefeated, knocking off Kingston 23-21. Farragut leads West in the 4th, 21-6.
Dadgummit.
Meigs County has opened it up against McMinn Central in the 4th. That one's a 40-0 score. Maryville leads Fulton in the 4th, 35-20. It is Sequatchie County leading Bledsoe County 21-14 in the 4th. It is South Doyle leading Carter in the 4th, 35-13. Oak Ridge leads Sevier County 41-13 in the 4th quarter. Rockwood leads Harriman 13-7. That would be a slight upset, I believe. York Institute, with 8 minutes left to go in the 4th, leads Oneida 21-10. 4th quarter, Oliver Springs leads Claiborne 54-20. It is Tyner Academy still in the 4th, leading East Hamilton 3-0. It is Alcoa leading Dobbins-Bennett in the 4th, 42-10. Granger, with less than 2 minutes to go, leads Volunteer 52-20. It is Daniel Boone and Science Hill with 3:30 left to go, tied at 28. Union County is 4-2 on the year. They knock off Hancock County tonight, 50-14.
How about that for the Patriots? 50 points on the board.
That's not the first time this season either.
No, it's not.
And Linkamp is undefeated still. They knock off Jellicoe tonight and shut them out, 56-0.
So after the Blue Devils were in a shutout last week against Unaka, win that one 44-34, they are held scoreless tonight against Linkamp.
So the injured Panther coming to the near sideline looks to be Lance Owens. Or is that 18?
I think that's 18.
That's
Miles
actually 18,
Cole.
Miles Cole.
Yep.
Second time he has come off to the sideline. And it'll be 4th down now for Pineville. This may be the game. 2 receivers right now, 3 to the right. Quarterback drops, 3-step drop, throwing off, man-to-man coverage, goes up. It's going to be big hit, flag on the play. That's going to be interference. The defender never turned around.
That's right. Edwards and Pearman were assigned to cover Devin Morris, and then, as you said, took a big hit. And with the defender never turning his head, that will result in the flag and an automatic 1st down for the Mountain Lions.
Looking for the official to give the indication. Pass interference against Cumberland Gap. Ball should be spotted out near the 40-yard line. And they will mark it off from the 25. So it should be near the 40. We're still going to wait for the official to walk this one off. That counts as a 4th down conversion. They are now 4 of 7 on 4th downs.
You may not see a stat line like that the rest of this season.
So another K&K medal, 1st down and 10 for Pineville, this time at their 40-yard line. 2 receiver to the right side. Looks like 2 to the left. Quarterback in the gun by himself. Dropping back, looking, throws off into the flat. It's complete to Golden. He's to the 50, trying to reverse field, come to the near sideline, making Panthers miss, just rolling over them to the 45, to the 40. He's got some blockers, to the 35, reversing field again to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and eventually gets taken down inside the 20 with a flag on the play way back at the 48-yard line. I kind of wonder if Golden on that just kind of ran out of gas, because it kind of felt like he took himself down inside the 20.
Well, he took himself down maybe after he broke about 15 tackles, it seemed like.
And it's going to be a face mask against Cumberland Gap.
So add on 15 more yards.
Wow.
Goodness. Play of the game for Pineville right there, coming from Matt Golden again. Boy, we knew he had an impressive resume leading up to this one, and he's had himself a night here in Cumberland Gap. Again, it seemed like he just broke one tackle after another, staying parallel there for just a little while, and then finally being able to burst out into the open field for a massive gain.
After the run in the penalty, it looks like the ball will be marked down at the Cumberland Gap 8-yard line.
Wow.
Just got a score, fourth quarter. Oliver Springs leads Claiborne 54-28. Points a lot there.
Yes, sir.
It's a K&K Metal first down and goal to go. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Going to be a direct snap coming over to the right side of the line to the 10. Sutter stepping to the 5 and getting taken down to the 4-yard line. I believe that is Morris on the draw. And we have a stoppage again. It's interesting to see what is this stoppage here. I think Pineville may have taken timeout.
It was a timeout.
It's a timeout taken by Pineville. So Morris, with the quarterback draw, picks up about 4, and it'll bring up second down, goal to go. Pineville spending their second timeout with 2:50 left to go here inside of this fourth quarter. They score here, we're down to a one-possession game, and it's an onside kick away from making this really interesting.
Sure. I mean, absolutely. It seems that Pineville, again, they started this drive with pretty unfavorable field position, if you will, and have all of a sudden made up for that ground and more. And again, you point to that last huge play from Golden, which was assisted by a Cumberland Gap face mask at the end of the play. So now, well into the red zone for Pineville. You just hope it's not a repeat of the goal line stand for Cumberland Gap. Speaking of which, what would the game look like now if Pineville had found the end zone there?
Very true. Second down, goal to go. Ball resting, let's call it the 4-yard line of Cumberland Gap. Pineville has 1 timeout remaining. Ball's on the near hash, going from left to right on your radio dial, going into the north end zone. Out of the timeout, 2 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Look for another direct snap here. Going off to the right side. He's going to throw the ball, going back across the field into double coverage. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete. Cumberland Gap wanting offensive pass interference. They'll not get it, but it will bring up third down off the pass. Third down. They're going to split 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Direct snap coming up the middle. Did he stretch forward in? Touchdown, Pineville. Hayden Caleb's into the end zone on a 4-yard quarterback scramble. And it is now 18-12.
What a big play from Caleb's to finally get over the hump there for Pineville, get through the offensive line, and get past Cumberland Gap just enough to dive in and stretch into the end zone.
Well, now the question is, well, they didn't actually mark him into the end zone. One official threw up 2 arms like it was a touchdown. But with 2:40 left to go, we have an injured Mountain Lion, and they're going to say that was not a touchdown.
Okay.
And they'll bring up 4th down from the 1. So now they're 1 of 11 on 3rd downs, and it's they're 4 for 7 on 4th downs. They need 3 feet. I mean,
sure. You think that this football, I was going to say, may try and get in the hands of Caleb's on 4th down, but I think he may be the Mountain Lion shaken up here.
I would just I'd put Golden under center and just let him power forward if I'm Pineville.
You also saw a nice gain there when they had the direct snap to Morris just a few plays ago from the freshman.
More of a speed back, though.
Right.
I kind of feel like I'm an old school kind of guy. If you're on the one, honestly, if it's me, I'm going over the top. But that shows you how old school I am.
Right.
Looking for James Littleman Stewart going over the top. So the officials now are huddling over on the far sideline. Not real sure what the huddle is for. I think they're discussing. Well, I don't know what they're discussing. Again, I thought, and they're near the Pineville sideline, so they're talking to the Pineville coaches, and they maybe saw the same thing we did. The far lines judge put up 2 arms to signal touchdown, but now the down marker says 4th at the 1-yard line. There is no review in high school football. So this should be, it's going to be interesting. They're going to stick with the spot. It's going to be 4th down. 4th down, goal to go, ball at the 1-yard line.
Looks like it could be even inside the 1, I believe. Looks like it may be even less than that.
Sneezed the wrong way, and that one's going to touch the goal line.
Yeah.
So we have 2:40 left to go. The clock will start on the whistle. And Pineville's going to go for it. Student section on the near sideline trying to get into this, trying to cheer on their classmates. The home side crowd now getting into it as well. 2 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Ellis in the gun. Hands off Golden up the middle. He didn't get there. No, he did get there. Now touchdown by Pineville on the near sideline. Flag now on the play. We're getting some extracurriculars into this. So we're going to see the officials have come out with a unsportsmanlike against Cumberland Gap. And they're going to say Pineville did score the touchdown that time. Now the 15 yards, was he put it on the kickoff, or did you do the extra, or the 2-point? I would put it on the kickoff.
Absolutely, I just put it on the kickoff for sure. And we see Pineville line up for 2 now, which if this is converted successfully, that cut the deficit to 4.
Yes. 2 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Looks like a direct snap potentially. Handoff. Going off left side, 2-point conversion will be snuffed out. Timeout on the field. 2:27 left to go, 4th quarter. We'll take it to the break. Our new score. It is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 12.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
So Pineville brings it back to within 1 possession with 2:27 left to go, 4th quarter. That scoring drive, 8 plays, 71 yards. Took a minute 34 off the clock. That was all that drive took. And now, I believe we're going to see an onside kick. Pineville only has 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, no doubt. Got to go for an onside kick here to try and get the ball back, and there's plenty of time left, 2:29. So if you do retain possession of the football, if you're Pineville, then all of a sudden you're back in business.
So the 15 yards will mark this one forward to the Cumberland Gap 45-yard line. If Pineville can get this, it's got to go 10 yards. So you're looking at the 35-yard line. They'd be within business here to potentially tie this game.
Yes, absolutely. It's not like you would just get the football back. You get the football back way into your opponent's territory.
Yes.
So it's like almost, I mean, it's a win-win scenario if you're Pineville, if you end up retaining this onside kick, and even if you don't, the game's not over yet. With 2:29 to go, you got to hope for a defensive stop, and then maybe get the ball back once more.
Golden is the kicker. Looks like you're going to kick it to the far sideline, onside it. Takes the bounce. Cumberland Gap's got to get on this. It's over on the far sideline, and the Panthers do recover. Very dangerous. That one was let go for a little bit. But the Panthers will take over with a K&K Metal first down. Now we have a flag on the play. And I'm not real sure. The official was near the Cumberland Gap offense that were just standing around waiting for the quarterback. Unsportsmanlike against Cumberland Gap.
I can't believe how many penalties we've had this evening. Again, as you mentioned, the Panthers very fortunate to recover that onside kick as it took a little longer than usual to secure the ball. But now they'll be backed up even further after the penalty again.
They are backed up inside their own 20 to their 17-yard line. That is where they will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10. Run the ball, 2 first downs, and don't turn it over.
Right, exactly. I was going to say, above all else, don't turn the ball over if you're Cumberland Gap, and you'll be in good hands.
Ball's on the far hash mark. 1 receiver to the left side. They're going to go 2 to the right. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. Pineville's all over this as it will go down to the 20-yard line, and we have a stoppage as I believe Pineville will probably take their 3rd and final timeout. The run brings the ball forward to the 20. It's a gain of 3, and Pineville does take their 3rd and final timeout. We'll just hold it here for the moment. It's been an eventful second half, I guess we should say. First half was fun, different things. Second half here, it's been ugly penalty-wise, and Pineville's found a way to scratch themselves back into this one.
Yeah, it seems at the 4th quarter, Pineville with that 1.5-minute touchdown drive that just happened a few moments ago, all of a sudden came out of nowhere. It just took the one play from Matt Golden to put Pineville in huge field position, and again, they converted just a few plays later to cut this deficit to 6, and now for Pineville, you've got to get Cumberland Gap off the field over the course of the next 2 plays. Got to believe if the Panthers are forced with a 4th down, they will punt the ball away. And then Pineville will have to, again, with another sense of urgency, as they had their last previous score, they'll have to do the same thing again to try and tie things up.
2nd down. Let's call it 6 to go. And now Cumberland Gap will take a timeout. So we'll take this one. 2:17 left to go, 4th quarter. Cumberland Gap leading 18-12.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Sitting here counting penalties against Cumberland Gap. We're at 17, 18, 19. We have 20, unofficially, I have 20 penalties tonight against Cumberland Gap.
Wow, that's amazing right there. 20 I see you almost said the same thing.
Yeah, 20 penalties.
20 penalties. That's astounding.
Unofficially. 2nd down and 6. One receiver to the left side. One to the right. It's going to be a handoff going up the middle. And the ball will be eventually pushed forward to about the 24-yard line. Pineville is out of timeout, so the clock will just have to run here.
And so for the Mountain Lions, you've got to do what you just did once more with the clock now ticking. This is your last chance to try and get the ball back after being unable to do so on the onside kick.
3rd down upcoming. 3rd down, let's call it 5. Ball is at the 24-yard line. 23-yard line. Let's call it the 23-yard line. 3rd down upcoming now for Cumberland Gap. They are 5 of 8 on 3rd downs. They need this one. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Brunsma, option, pitches it out, fumbles the football. It's still on the ground, and I believe Pineville has come up with this one. Oh my goodness, the Mountain Lions have gotten the turnover inside the red zone. They will have the ball with a K&K medal, 1st down and 10 at the Cumberland Gap 15-yard line.
When we started this drive, we had the 3 bullet points for Cumberland Gap on what they must do in order to preserve the W, and the 3rd one was to take care of the football. And again, the late pitch turned out to be a bad decision for Brunsma. Now they fumbled, and with 1:24 to go, Pineville now inside the red zone.
It is defense time for Cumberland Gap. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun in the, actually make it 3 receivers now. Nope, make it to the 2 as they'll bring 1 back to the backfield. 2 backs to the back with the quarterback in the gun. And we will have a flag on the play. And I believe this one will go against Pineville. And it does. It'll be false start against the Mountain Lions.
Another very important aspect of the final minute 22 here from Cumberland Gap. Neither side, as we alluded to, has a timeout left. So the coaches will not be able to bring the whole squad over to the sideline following a play.
It's 1st down and 15. Ball resting at the Cumberland Gap 20-yard line. Pineville with a touchdown will tie it. Extra point or 2-point conversion takes the lead. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. 2 backs to backfield around the quarterback. He's going to play action. Looking off, throwing off into the double coverage. Receiver drops back for it. It is going to be complete. It is complete off into the hands. I believe that is Devin Morris on the far sideline. That'll come down with it inside the 5.
It's the first time tonight that rainbow pass has been completed from Ellis as he found Devin Morris, who was right up there. It was almost like a jump ball with Holden McDaniels, and the freshman receiver brought it down.
1st down and goal to go at the 5. 1 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Trying to find his way into the end zone is Golden, and he will not do so. It will bring up 2nd down. We are under 1 minute now left to go. 2nd down, goal to go. We got 1 receiver to the right side. There are 2 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun formation. Handoff again, Golden. Cumberland Gap pressuring, trying to get him off. Does he dive for the end zone? Did he get there? Waiting for the call. Awaiting the call. Still haven't got it. He is down. He did not get into the end zone. He is at the 1-yard line.
I believe there's also a flag on the play close to the 10-yard line as well.
I think you are right. There is a penalty, and it's going to be against Pineville.
Wow. Seemed to me at first glance that Golden may have been in there. He dove about head first, almost had a somersault in the corner of the end zone, but as you said, would have been negated nonetheless because of the penalty.
Yep. So they will mark this ball back, waiting for them to walk off. Both crowds are into this one now as we're under a minute to go. It's a hold against Pineville. The ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Clock will run on the whistle. 40 seconds left to go. 2nd down, goal to go. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Quarterback dropping, looking, throwing, fade pattern into the end zone, one-on-one. It's going to be complete. Touchdown, Pineville. Touchdown, Pineville. Late flag on the play. There is a late flag on the play. I believe that was Morris again that caught the fade pattern in one-on-one coverage.
Unbelievable. And again, we mentioned it twice. This play has not worked all night long for Pineville. That fade towards the sideline has not been completed all night long, and now when Pineville needs it the most, they get it in back-to-back situations when they've drawn it up. This time it goes all the way to the end zone. What a huge, huge play for Pineville. They were dead in the water just a few minutes ago, down by 12, and it seemed that everything was going Cumberland Gap's way, especially the clock. And now we're tied up with 32 seconds.
This one is tied with 32 seconds. There was a flag on the play in the end zone after the play. Unsportsmanlike against Cumberland Gap, which, if it's taken now, would put the ball on the 1 yard line for the 2-point conversion.
Wow. Unbelievable that these penalties have cost Cumberland Gap tonight. And again, you like we said, we assume that Pineville will go for 2 since the PAT hasn't really been there tonight for either squad. So this will be the ball game here.
Pineville coming off the near side, off the far sideline, with 32.8 seconds left to go. A 2-point conversion will give them their first lead of the night. 2 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Look for Golden. It's going to be a direct snap up the middle, and Cumberland Gap stops it as they knock down. That was Hayden Caleb's at the ankle. The 2-point conversion is no good. Let's catch our breath. 32 seconds left to go. Our new score, it is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 18.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
We have a stoppage here at Panther Field with 32 seconds left to go. There was an injury on the 2-point conversion. That scoring drive for Pineville after the fumble, 2 plays, 15 yards. Still took 52 seconds off the clock because there were penalties on both teams that really went back and forth on that one. Pineville got penalized twice. Cumberland Gap did in the dead ball situation after the touchdown. But here we are with 32 seconds left to go. And you're right, you called it. Pineville they didn't look like they were going to be able to make a comeback here, and they've done so using Cumberland Gap penalties and turnovers to tie this one up.
If you recall, 7 days ago, they were down 14 points to Middlesboro late in the contest. Here, down 12 to Cumberland Gap, and the same thing happens. What a job by Pineville here and Coach Elam to rally, and they've scored here twice. I mean, with just about, both scores have come with under 5 minutes to go here in the quarter. So, and that one, of course, being just as shocking as all of them, with those 2 deep pass completions being completed, those jump balls going in Pineville's favor.
Pineville's last 2 scoring drives were with under 4 minutes left to go in this game. And now, neither team has a timeout.
Right.
There's 32 seconds left to go. If you're Pineville, do you kick the onside to try to get the ball, or do you kick deep and try to play for overtime? If you're Cumberland Gap, you get the ball. Do you go for the lead, or do you go for overtime?
It's so many questions to be answered. I think if you're Pineville here at the kickoff, you've got to try and pin Cumberland Gap deep. I think I wouldn't risk an onside kick and give Cumberland Gap good enough field position to try and take a shot. If I'm Matt Golden, I'm going to try and kick it deep.
Golden will be kicking this one off for Pineville. And he will kick this one out of bounds. He kicks it out of bounds. Why not? Why not have another penalty here? So, interested to see, will Coach Klein take the penalty in the field position, or does he make him kick it again? And it looks like they're going to kick it again.
Just like earlier on in the contest when they made the repeat of the kick. So it goes straight out of bounds, and we'll have a take 2.
32 seconds left to go. Now the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line for this kickoff. What an up and down game we've had.
Unreal.
Golden again to tee it up. Cumberland Gap looking for a return here with 32 seconds. Again, neither team has a timeout. Here comes Golden again. Kicks this one, just squibs it on the ground. Got to be picked up and is so. To the 40. Making some moves to the 45. And eventually still on his feet, dragging Pineville players down to the Pineville 49-yard line.
Tyler Raines, a senior running back and linebacker for Cumberland Gap, drags Pineville players with him all the way to midfield. So now with 25 seconds to go, you're in business. It was almost like an onside kick for Pineville that was recovered by the Gap just because of that excellent return from Raines.
49-yard line. Cumberland Gap out of timeouts. We have 25 seconds left to go. One receiver to the left side, two to the right, two backs in the backfield with the quarterback Brunsma. Pineville in a little bit of a prevent. Brunsma dropping, rolling off right side, looking, throws it down the sideline, intercepted at the 20, to the 25, still on his feet, coming to the near sideline now, trying to reverse field, gets a block, and he's eventually going to go down at the 25-yard line with 8 seconds left to go.
Wow. Well, you mentioned Pineville in the prevent defense. Give the interception to Reese Capps, a sophomore. I think Brunsman waited just a little bit too long to get the ball out of his hands, and it results in the turnover. And now Pineville takes over again with 8 seconds all the way backed up in their own territory. You got to believe now that we're playing for overtime.
I don't know anything at this point.
Yeah, that's true. At this point, we better not just assume anything.
So the ball is at the 25-yard line of Pineville. They need 75 yards for a touchdown. Tied up game here with 8 seconds left to go. It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. And it looks like they will go in to the victory formation to take a knee, and we will be heading to overtime. We will be going to overtime here at Panther Field. Clock will run, and we are done with regulation. Our scores, we take it to the break, getting ready for overtime. It is Cumberland Gap 18. It is Pineville 18.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back up to Cumberland Gap High School. We played 4 quarters between the Mountain Lions and the Panthers, and even that couldn't settle it for these two teams. We are heading to overtime, tied at 18 in a game that has been riddled with turnovers, mistakes, penalties, and different things that has happened. And somehow it's 18-18. Pineville with the furious comeback in the last 4 minutes there to tie this game up.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions somehow find a way with 2 touchdown drives with less than 5 minutes to go here in regulation to send it at 18 all. You've got to believe, too, another key aspect of this game when Cumberland Gap went up 18-0. You had the first touchdown with the missed PAT. You had the second touchdown with the failed 2-point conversion, and the third with another failed 2-point conversion. Another huge aspect of this game. And again, go back to that goal line stand of Cumberland Gap. If the Panthers if they didn't stop Pineville from getting to the end zone there, the Mountain Lions will be walking away with a victory at this point.
They are still discussing some different things because we'll have to have another coin toss. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw back to the station for a quick another 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll go over overtime rules and set you up for the first overtime period. It is Cumberland Gap. It is Pineville. We're tied at 18 as we go to the extra frame.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back out to Cumberland Gap High School here at Pantherfield. Set the situation with you here. We are going into overtime. Cumberland Gap and Pineville are tied at 18 points apiece. If you're unfamiliar with high school overtime rules, which a lot of us are, each team will receive the ball at the 10-yard line. You will essentially have 4 downs. It'll be first down and goal to go to start off the possession. Each team does get an opportunity, just like in the college game. Like I said, they will start at the 10. Pineville has won the toss and has elected to start on offense first.
Well, you got to believe it's probably not a bad decision for Coach Elam with the way that they've been playing and the last 2 drives, ending up with TDs. Starting with offense here, it's probably not a bad call.
So we'll be going to the north end zone. Pineville on offense. The way this has gone, we may have penalties. We may have second down and goal from the 50. We could have three interceptions. That's just the way this game's gone.
Absolutely. It's been so unpredictable throughout this entire couple of hours here, especially this second half has been. And, well, you want to talk about unpredictable. That's just been the whole nature of the past 5 minutes of regulation. That's when this thing has just been blown out of proportion here in terms of Pineville's comeback. So who knows what's in store over the next couple of downs.
Ball at the 10. Again, you get 4 downs to put it in the end zone or through the uprights. Pineville gets the ball first. They'll send 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Quarterback is Ellis in the gun, hands it back to his left side, which is Golden. Ellis hands off Golden, and he is wrapped and dropped for a loss on first down.
He was wrestled down to the turf by Cumberland Gap. I think it was Tyler Raines, a senior linebacker, who got in there, one of the 2 Cumberland Gap defenders that was able to bring him to the turf.
He's playing like a big dog tonight.
Yes, he is.
It'll be second down and goal now at the 11-yard line. Again, Pineville this time will split 2 receivers to the right. Make it now 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Ellis. Play action, rolling, looking. Got a guy going out for the flat. Looking, got to throw it. Does so. It's going to be a flag on the play. That's got to be grounding.
Yeah, intentional grounding for sure. Not an eligible receiver in the area.
And did not reach the line.
And did not reach the line as well. So Ellis, again, just like Brunsma on the interception towards the end of regulation, waited too long to throw it. It was good coverage from Cumberland Gap. And so that's going to, as you said, more penalties. Going to back up Pineville even further.
Get the indication here. It's going to be a personal foul. Face mask against Cumberland Gap.
Oh, my.
Wow. Wow. So it's another penalty against Cumberland Gap. They're approaching 25, 30 penalties tonight. So that will give them a first down.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought for sure that was grounding.
No doubt about it. It seemed that Ellis was, just releasing the ball just so he wouldn't take the sack and lose extra yardage.
Yeah.
And that's what we thought the penalty was, but the officials saw something that we did not.
Ball's at the 5 now. Down marker says second. Second down and goal. 1 receiver left side, again 3 to the right. Direct snap. This is going to go to Golden. No, excuse me. That is Morris. He fights his way through. Does he get into the end zone? He fumbles, and they're going to say it's a touchdown for Pineville. So Pineville is into the end zone.
Morris, I believe, did fumble at the goal line. It was Landon Couch, a junior for Pineville, who came out of there with the football, I believe. So all of a sudden, you see Morris kind of disappear into the bodies there at the goal line, and then all of a sudden Couch comes flying out of there with the football. Nonetheless, it goes for a TD.
It does. 6 points on the board. Now Pineville will go for 2. This is huge. If they don't get this, Cumberland Gap knows what they got to do. If they get it, then the back's against the wall for Cumberland Gap.
Right.
1 receiver to the right. 3 to the left. Again, look for a direct snap here again. It's going to be coming off to the right side this time. Cumberland Gap has got there. Can they get it? Can they stop it? They do. Golden tried to come off to the right side. 2-point conversion, no good.
So they opt for the direct snap to Morris on the previous play that gets him there. Matt Golden was unable to do so, however. Great speed by Cumberland Gap's defense to be able to stop Pineville's MVP on the offensive side of the ball and force a failed 2-point conversion. So now for Cumberland Gap to end this thing, they've got to score and they've got to hit the 2.
Or hit the extra point.
There's
a kicker over here on the near sideline that's been warming up. So
that's right. That's true. That's very true.
That scoring drive, 2 plays, aided by the face mask.
Right.
Cumberland Gap now will have the possession at the 10-yard line. Again, trailing by 6. First time all night Pineville's had the lead. They now lead this one 24-18, coming back from 18 points down. Touchdown ties it. Extra point or 2-point conversion after the touchdown would win it. On a K&K Metal first down, 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, past the 10. And Miracle brings the ball forward to about the 6-yard line.
Good play to open things up on overtime with Dalton Miracle. You've got to think they may put the ball in his hands once more as the big back that he is to try and get into the end zone and try and tie this up.
The way these two teams run, we'll be here till tomorrow.
Oh, it may be.
2nd down, goal to go. 1 receiver to the left side. Make it now 2 receivers to the right. Pistol formation for the Panthers. Handoff once again, Miracle gets forward. And he's to the 4-yard line for a gain of 2. Now it's going to be 3rd down upcoming for Cumberland Gap.
And now the pressure intensifies against Cumberland Gap. They did have another positive
end goal here in overtime. Cumberland Gap has to put the ball in. They're at the 3-yard line. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. And now we have a stoppage again, and I believe Pineville will take their timeout to discuss what they just saw from the offensive side. So once again, now nobody has a timeout. 4th down from the 3, and again, here we said again, Cumberland Gap got to put it in the end zone or the game's over.
Right, this is it. You have to make sure that you are mistake-free. The penalties obviously have cost Cumberland Gap greatly tonight. You don't want a touchdown to be negated with a penalty. And again, if you're Cumberland Gap, I think you would probably try and put the ball in the hands of Dalton Miracle again, maybe to Miles Cole. They have been the most productive runners tonight for Cumberland Gap. Although, again, we're not going to assume anything.
Whatever your best 3-yard play is, that's what you're pulling out of the playbook right now.
Yep, no doubt.
You may even go ahead and use your 2-point play here just to tie the game back up.
Yes.
What a game.
Getting a little nervous.
What a game we've had here so far. It looked like Cumberland Gap might have run away with this one, led at the break, 18-0.
Right.
But it was Pineville to work the way all the way back and send this to overtime.
First drive of the 3rd quarter, their last 2 drives of regulation.
Yep. Here we go, 4th down, it's the game. 1 receiver to the right side. 2 receivers to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback. It's going to be option. Running off to the right side. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Times 4, did he get there? He did! Touchdown, Cumberland Gap! It's the quarterback, the junior, Caden Brunsma, tied it up in overtime.
Why didn't we think about the option play that's worked so well for Cumberland Gap tonight? Brunsma to the near side. He keeps it. If you remember, it was that same call when the Panthers fumbled in regulation that allowed Pineville to tie things up because of the mistimed pitch. This time, Brunsma's going to secure it. He wasn't letting go of that baby, and he dives into the end zone.
And Cumberland Gap's going to kick this extra point. On for the hold will be Fusen. This to win it in overtime. Going into the north end zone. A hush falls over the crowd. False start on Pineville. That has to go against the Mountain Lions as the defense jumped on the near side. And it's going to put it on the 1-yard line. Makes it a little easier on the kick here.
Looks like it was the defensive end of Pineville, I believe, that jumped the gun there. And we'll move the PAT forward a tad.
Who's the kicker? So it will be Ramsey to have the attempt. Fewson will have the hold. Again, this is to win it in overtime. And Pineville jumps again. So now it'll be at the half-yard line. Would you expect anything different the way this has gone?
No, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Unbelievable. Just the stress and the suspense keeps adding up.
24-24. Again, Cumberland Gap will attempt the extra point. Again, if it's good, we go home. If it's not, we play another one. Snap down. The attempt is up. The attempt is good! It's good! Ramsey is running to the student section. He's the BMOC. Big man on campus. He wins it in overtime. Cumberland Gap, they survive an onslaught, a second half resurgence by Pineville, and the Panthers in overtime win this one 25-24. Brandon, a fantastic contest.
Unbelievable. Capped off by Drew Ramsey, who brings the PAT forward through. There was no doubt in that one. That was perfect. No question about that one. So what a way to cap it off. What a win for Cumberland Gap. Wow, what else you can say other than just speechless?
So again, it's a final here at Panther Field. Our final score, it is Cumberland Gap 25, Pineville 24 in overtime. Folks, stay tuned. Post-game wrap-up right after this as you're watching the Old Town Grill Game of the Week here on the LMU Sports Network.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
It's a final here from Cumberland Gap High School in dramatic fashion in overtime. The Cumberland Gap Panthers knock off the Pineville Mountain Lions 25-24, withstanding a late run by the Mountain Lions to tie that one up to send it into overtime. For Cumberland Gap, they improved to 3-2 overall. They go back into regional play next week on the road. Pineville falls to 4-2. They're now moving on to the state of Virginia to take on Thomas Walker next week on the road. We're going to be back over in New Tazewell as the Cleveland Bulldogs will go into regional play as they take on the Johnson County Longhorns. We'll hope that you'll join us there for the Old Town Grill Game of the Week. Again, a final here. Cumberland Gap knocks off Pineville in overtime 25-24. For everyone behind the scenes of the Old Town Grill Game of the Week, thanks for watching.